I think it's live. Let's see. Go into the thing. They can't click on it from that.
Oh shoot!
You have to text people. Well, I don't think they can.
I don't know shit. Fuck. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Discord. I think I could put a link on. I could put a link on here. Here it is.
I don't know if people are coming into the chat. Okay. This is a new system for me, this StreamYard stuff. Is anyone in there? Phineas, what up, bro?
What's poppin'?
All right, we're gonna wait. Notification, gang. The guy PD, what up, yo? What up, yo? Can y'all hear me? Testing. I'm using StreamYard right now. So I'm not sure if y'all can hear me.
Oh, they say y'all. What up, Jalen? You can hear us? Everybody can hear.
What up, Rep Cut Talk? What up? They're not saying if they can hear me though. Can y'all hear me?
They say y'all.
I don't mean he can hear me.
Oh, I mean,
I don't know. Yo, say something if y'all can hear me. Oh, it's working. Phineas, I appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
I appreciate it. All right. Listen, we're gonna wait probably about a minute or so. Wait for people to get in here. This was a crazy week. It was a crazy week. I had a lot that went on. You know, we don't have to talk about my crazy week though. We're gonna talk about some other things. How are you doing today, Niyah?
I'm lovely, you know.
You all right?
Blessed and highly favored, booked, you know, all the above.
I feel you. Cheers real quick.
Cheers. Don't ask us in the cup. This is my cup.
So guys, listen, I'm using StreamYard right now. This is new for me, so just bear with me. I'm trying to learn the new platform. Shout out, I don't know if y'all noticed this, ain't no one comment on it yet, but look at the camera quality real quick. Like, look at the camera quality. You know, it took me a second to get it where it needed to go.
We're here now.
Huh?
We're here now, though.
Yeah, we're here. Hashtag progress over perfection. I hope everyone's Friday is going fantastic. We're gonna wait another minute or so before people get in here, before we start the conversation. Look at the quality.
It is.
You saw my last webcam?
I did.
On my last live streams?
I did.
The quality was trash. I was using my super old webcam from like 10 years ago.
Like one of them, like computer webcams?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, yeah, that's wild.
It was like a Phineas, appreciate the super chat, my brother. This is just a tip. I cannot stay on long tonight. Everything looks good and sounds good. Appreciate you, Phineas. Salud, my G. Yo, Phineas, I just saw your comment too, my G. I just responded back. I'm going to do a whole video on that particular point of the Black Ram conversation. I think it needs to happen. I actually posted that screenshot that I put down in the comments. Actually, I don't know if you saw that on my IG, on my private IG, and like it just blew up between all the people that I knew. Like that's going to be an entire video, an entire conversation. Probably not tonight though. Listen, but appreciate you though, fam. All right, so you want to get started?
Yeah, let's get started. So we got just like some random topics. I posted on like my social media.
Wait a minute.
Oh my gosh.
What up, YouTube? I am your host, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews, back in here with yet one more video. Joined today by a very special guest, Niyah.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is my very first live stream, you guys. I've never done this before.
Like ever in life?
Like ever in life. Like I don't live stream on anything. I've never done a Facebook Live, Instagram Live, but this is the first one. Are you
nervous?
I'm really not nervous. I have a lot of personality, and I feel like these type of environments allow my personality to show. So I'm excited.
Well, listen, we're gonna have a lot of fun today. I saw a couple of questions in the chat. So we're drinking Crown and some pineapple juice, right?
Yeah.
It's just some Crown and some pineapple juice, just something to just, smooth in the Friday it needs to be.
Y'all, I let him make my drink. I took the first sip and I was like, good Jesus, good Lord.
Hey, listen, get over it. All right, so you want to get in the discussion today?
Yeah, so we got like a bunch of different topics. I posted on my social media and just different stuff I've been seeing on social media that people have asked us to talk about or people have been talking about. So I'm gonna talk about some things, but I'm gonna see. We got a whole list. I think John posted this earlier.
That's not my name.
Or Niyah took a. The host.
They all know my name now. Every single last one of y'all just come up here and just disrespect my name. J Doe, what's good, family? What's good? That's the up right there. Listen, he abuses the caps locks. he just keeps that caps lock down, just held down. Salute to you, fam. Salute to everybody that's coming in. Come in, make yourselves at home. Listen, if y'all got a bottle of something special, this is the night that you want to go pour yourself a little bit something, okay? Pour yourself a little bit something. This is Red Cup Talk, okay?
Red Cups. Cheers.
Red Cup. Salute. All right. Yeah, and just real quick, before we get into the topics, I just want to touch on this real quick. So you guys saw that, yeah, exactly, right? She gave up my government.
My government name been on here. He always has my government name.
Anyway, so one quick thing I want to talk about real quick is the conversation with Black Ram. I saw a couple of comments for it about it. If you haven't had an opportunity, feel free to go look at that conversation. I actually think what's a little bit more interesting is if you look at the conversation on his channel, you can actually see the live chat comments as it was going on. And I think it's really dope to see how his subscribers, which is a different feel of men on his channel, how they responded to the certain things that I was saying. So I think it's really interesting to see it from that perspective, but just because I literally could not get the comments to come over to my channel, so you can't see it on my channel, but feel free to go on his. And salute to that, man. You know, there's something special when you have older Black men that are welcoming into the community. You know, he kind of welcomed me at with open arms. He understands that I'm new in the game and I'm new in my understanding. So for him to be able to do that was just super dope. You know what I mean? So we had a real good conversation both before and after and during it as well. And shout out to Male Enlightenment TV. It's interesting. Like it was my first day even chatting with him, and although we disagreed on some topics, there's something special where you can have Black men sitting together and just having a clear and consistent conversation. So big ups to those gentlemen. You know what I mean? So I keep on. Wait a minute, hold up. Stephen Boss, thank you for the $2 super chat. Super appreciated. The God PD, keep grinding. Oh shit, $50 super chat. Yo, I bags with you, my G. I bags with you. Thank you so much. I super appreciate it, yo. I'm gonna keep on grinding. Like things like this is like, you know, it's crazy that we have this YouTube shit as even a possibility that we can talk to people and become friends with people from different geographies. So it's crazy. But salute, bro. Salute. All right, you ready? Sorry, I keep on cutting you off. I apologize.
No, you're good. I was just like, I didn't know they could do that. So I'm learning like mad stuff about YouTube.
Yeah. So you're gonna get your crash course today. You know what I'm saying? So we're not gonna piecemeal you into this discussion. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw you off the plank. Okay?
Damn,
you ready?
I gotta get thrown off. I'm so violent. My goodness.
Listen. No, I'm playing with you. We have a lot of fun on here. Nova Star State Nation, what up? Where's everyone from? Toronto. What up? Yo, I love Toronto. Toronto may have some of the best looking women on the face of planet Earth. Like in aggregate. Or maybe I was just surprised because I didn't expect Canada to be like that. Anyway, we have a topic. Let's get to the topic.
We have hella topics. So right. I'm gonna let you pick the topic. Mm-hmm. Since I came up with a couple things.
You know what, Ken, and we posted this on I posted this on my community page, so feel free to go in there and start suggesting things. Oh shit! If women shoot their shot more, would there be more relationships?
Brother, I know you was gonna pick this one, Lord.
All right, y'all heard that? If women shoot their shot more, would there be more relationships?
What y'all think?
What you mean? What they think? Wait, what you think?
Listen,
I want to hear. Oh my bad, I'm hitting buttons and shit.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know there would be more relationships. I'm not sure because I hear men like to be the hunter. They want to pursue yada yada yada. So if that's the case, would there, say like, would there be more relationships, or would men feel like, would men feel like basket, like, oh, she gaming me up, like I'm the girl, like?
Well, there's a weird thing in our culture where I feel like it's not weird, but I think if you take it down to like the roots of male and female, right? Like the men, from a tribal beginning, like we've been the hunter gatherers, right? Like we're used to hunting, we're used to seeking, we're used to taking, like, and we're competitive with that shit. But I feel like the difference with like today is we don't need to necessarily do all of that, right? Like I feel like the access to information that you guys have nowadays, like it just makes it so like I don't even have to like hunt, right? So, but like at the same time, you're getting so many dudes that can come at you in so many different ways through like social media and Tinder and shit like that. Yeah. Like, do you feel like you can't necessarily get what you want because you're just allowing all of the shots to be taken at you?
Not necessarily, because I feel like you get to sift through all the buckets. Like, okay, this person want to shoot. I might decline my time and block that shit because I'm not feeling it. Or I might be like, let me get out the way and let this man get to the basket. Like, so I think it just depends. I think there is a lot of ways for people to approach you, but I also feel like social media is not real in a sense of like a lot of people be on there faking and fronting, and so like you never know like who you're actually meeting on social media versus when you're meeting someone in person.
Yeah.
Because people put on a persona. Everybody rich on social media. Some people, they got an air mattress in the living room, though in real life.
That's real.
So like I think it just depends. I feel like social media provides more access, but I don't necessarily know if it really ups like quality, like, like.
So I'm looking at some of the comments. Miss Christmas Hams. I'm not familiar with your name, sweetheart. You must be new. I don't believe so because as soon as she games, they feel away. Okay. She's talking about dudes are gonna feel away as soon as.
Yeah, because I feel like some dudes they don't like they want to be the person that pursues, and I also feel like if a man is interested, like he's gonna pursue you, and if you don't pursue me, you're not interested.
Right.
I mean, I can show.
That's not true though.
But I can show interest because I can show interest without being pursuing you. Like I'm gonna be like, if we have communication, like say that you get my number, I can reach out to you. We can have conversation, like on my own volition. Like it's not like you're doing all the work. You're just doing the initial step of getting the number or approaching the woman and say, hey, I'm interested in you. And then she's playing off you. If she's interested, she's gonna hit you up, and the communication is going to be a two-way street. Some women shoot their shot. Yeah. I know for me personally, like I'm not that girl that shoots their shot. But
why though? Let's talk about. I want to get down to the root of it because I feel like, and you're from the Midwest, right? So you're used to not shooting shots because it's way more traditional up here, right?
I wouldn't say that. I would say it might be more traditional, but I wouldn't say that women don't shoot their shot up here. If you talk to some dudes, they would tell you women shoot their shot.
What? So the thing is, I feel like your baseline is here, but like you have not lived else besides the Midwest, right? So like when I'm in New York, like it's completely different.
But I think.
Or when when I go down to the South, it is completely different. Like women are shooting shots.
Some women are more aggressive. I think that like if you like so, and when I say about shooting my shot, like I mean. I might not directly shoot my shot, but I'm gonna flirt with you to make you give me your number. I might not ask you for your number, but I would do the back and right way around to like get the end result that I want. But I think for me, I'm outgoing, but I'm very shy in those type of cases. Like I just be like, I don't know.
Guys, I totally forget. So I'm using this new system. I can highlight comments, and I totally forgot that I can highlight comments. This is super new for me.
Oh yeah, true.
Jalen Neal, there will be more relationships, but they wouldn't be strong. Women want men in charge and to take initiative, not the other way around. It wouldn't matter in the long run. What you think about that?
So what do you mean that it wouldn't matter in the long run? Because that's the part that I'm like getting a little bit confused. You said, hold on, let me go back to the comment. It said there would be more relationships, but they wouldn't be strong, but it wouldn't matter in the long run. So like, what do you mean by that? Because I think I'm a little bit.
You're saying why wouldn't it matter?
Well, yeah, because he was saying that they wouldn't be as strong. So if it wouldn't matter in the long run, you would think that it would be strong, right? I may have not just not understanding.
Jalen, write some more information and we'll go back to it. Isolated Soul, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Respect to you having a conversation. Listen, guys, I have like 10 videos just lined up and I just haven't hit the publish button on them yet. Like I'm over here working. I'm over here trying to put a highlight on this conversation in a new and innovative way. I mean, oftentimes you see out on YouTube is just one person sitting and talking to you. And I always thought like, yo, it would be special is if we can find a way to have a conversation between more than one person in order to make it a discussion, to pressure test some of the things that we're seeing out here, right? So that's a lot of the basis for what you see for the content on the channel. Isolated Soul, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. J Doe, real men not into masculine females, period. Caps Lock King.
So let me ask you something. So is her shooting her shot make her masculine?
Listen, I feel like women shoot shots differently. As a woman, you have to make it abundantly clear. Like, just make it easy. Like, let me know I'm not about to walk into some weird booby trap, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate and I've experienced this as well. I've experienced women that will shoot shots through eye contact or what happened, and you get over there and she starts talking about a boyfriend. Meanwhile, I'm thinking in my head, oh, she just wants an orbiter, right? Like she just wants someone that's just around her, right? So it can go on both sides of the coin. If a woman shoot their shot, I wouldn't reject it or think less, but I'm still gonna ask for the number and initiate things. Yeah, I wouldn't reject it at all. Like I would appreciate it. Like, do you understand like the dynamic difference between you guys walk down the street and y'all get hollered at, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to we walk down the street and we have to be doing the hollering. Like, I feel like it would be easier on both sides of the coin if there was like at least more of a, if it flipped around a little bit, or at least if there was an allowance of it.
Yeah. But I think that is true, that it would be, it would change the game if people were both like doing it. But I don't know. I mean, I prefer to be the one getting hollered at, but I don't have necessarily a problem with also like at least flirting back with you if I'm interested, to let you know like, oh yeah, she's interested. You know, because I feel like that's really what y'all be wanting, is like to feel like, okay, she's not about to reject me to holy hell. Like I just want her to be like, oh, you know, I'm like, okay, I got a shot. I think that's kind of where what men's I guess fear is, that okay, like if I shoot my shot at her, she's gonna reject me. And I think, I mean, nobody's rejection, man or woman.
Listen, so what you think about this? WAP Trader says American women are done for with respect to marriage. Feminism killed marriage. Not sure how it's up in America, aka Canada Junior.
No,
WAP Trader is disrespectful. What you think about that? Feminism killed marriage.
I don't think it killed marriage, but I do think.
Wait, so let's try to define why I think that he's saying that real quick.
I was gonna get into that with my answer.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was gonna say that I don't think it killed marriage, but I think in wanting equality, like people want equality only in certain realms. If that makes sense. And so, you know, I think sometimes when people have like a lot of independence as a woman, sometimes men don't feel like that woman could be submissive. I feel like you can be pro-woman and still be pro-marriage. You don't have to choose. But I think the thought process is like, oh, you pro-woman, you want to be Miss Independent, you want all this equality, like you won't be submissive to your mate, which isn't always true. So let's dig into deeper to where you were going to go to.
I think like there's a.
What you finna say? Because when you breathing like that, I feel like
you already know I'm about to go.
It's about to be some bullshit.
Listen, I'm making sure I'm not going to get demonetized, okay, with the things that I'm about to say. Feminism. I don't like the negative feminism. I don't like the feminism that makes that puts it into women's minds that they're superior to men. I'm all for the equality of pay. Go ahead. If you want to work and go through the same amount of education as I do, work as hard as I do, take as many vacations or not take as many vacations as I do, and you want to make the same amount of money, that is like, I am for that. Go ahead. You know, I think like living in a capitalistic society, you have to pay people for what they're willing to contribute and how they are willing to contribute. However, there is a component of feminism that I feel like it's like it labels anything manly as toxic. And I can't rock with that, because there's still components of men that will never be the same as a woman, no matter how much the left tries to combine us together and smushes us in this little happy pot of everyone is equal. We're not equal. There's just certain things that are different amongst us, both physically and mentally, and it will never be the same.
So I think the thing that I take issue with personally is that society has always seen men as superior, and men have never had an issue with that. So for y'all to feel a way that now that women are feeling superior, it seems kind of backwards, because you've always occupied that space of superiority.
We're gonna talk about it in a second. Let me just Mark B $20 super chat. Bangs, but you just showing some love. Can't stay long. Gotta be on the grind. Keep up the good work, my G. Mark, I see all of your comments, G, and I super appreciate all of your support. I super appreciate it, bro. I super appreciate it. Let's see some of the comments. Women are easily manipulated by elite visions of society, which leads to them thinking that they're going against men when they're just going against themselves. Here's the thing. Media has played a major role in how the ideals of feminism have gotten started. Feminism, as we know it, is started by those who don't have our same skin color. I think that those that have our same skin color have latched on to these ideals where they've chosen to see fit for the benefit of themselves. I'm all for make some things equal when it comes to paying for equal amount of effort and education, right? There's an equity component that I agree in, but this just combining and blending what it means to be in a male gender and a female gender, right? So then you start to lose sight of the benefits of having a dominant male or a submissive female, which in traditional relationships have stood the test of time. And now you have components of it that are just, I feel like, detrimental to our community and those that look like us, and wasn't even started by those who look like us.
So let me say this about feminism, because I think Black feminism and white feminism is different. And if you talk to women that are in the feminist movement, like there is a lot of different, it's a lot different, because what's important to majority race women is not the same issues that are important to women of color. So our feminism looks different. And I think there's a lot of angst within the feminism movement because white feminists can't identify with the issues that Black women are facing, and it's not their issues. So they're not as gung-ho to kind of advocate for Black women or advocate in spaces for women of color generally, because they don't face the same struggles. Secondly, I think for me personally, I think that I don't think feminism is bad. However, I think there are some traditional like gender roles and roles that men and women play that I prefer personally to keep. Like there's certain things that I want my man to do. There's certain things that I don't mind doing as a woman. It's just I think it just really depends. I feel like feminism can be, kind of manipulated into what you want to make it to for your experience, as with anything else. But I think for me, I think there's there's a healthy balance of the woman feeling empowered and still kind of maintaining some type of balance with her male counterpart. Does that make sense? Why are you looking like that? Stop being weird.
No. There's the way that you phrase it, I don't disagree with. I do think that people like to nitpick from things of a movement that really benefits them. Looking at the short-term benefits versus the long-term. I think there's definitely some long-term benefits. There's some long-term costs to this smoothing out of gender roles. I do. I don't know. These are interesting times. These are innovative times. This is the technology is moving at a rate and a pace that this world has never seen before. It's doing things in every corner and aspect of this world at a rate that we've never seen before. I mean, thinking about, the importance of technology in the workplace to technology all the way down to dating, right? Like it's changing every facet. I get weary when it's moving this fast because it's almost as if, as a conscious of society, we're not thinking about the new ideas that's entering our society, and we're just allowing ideas to come in. Like we have to be more critical thinkers in society and thinking through these ideas and what media is giving us. And in a lot of this, they call it being blue pill, right? Like sitting down in the matrix and being oblivious to everything that's happening around. And I feel like we can't do that, right? Like we need to put extra effort into understanding how the changes of society are impacting us as a culture. But just one quick second, let me go up to the top. I think I saw a super chat in there. I'm not even sure. Isolated Soul, $10 Canadian super chat. I appreciate you. Women shooting their shot is not attractive to men. Men are leaders and the feminine females respect that. Women are poor at picking mates. They pick up thugs and not husbands. 60% of Black women are unmarried. What you think about that?
I'm not even going to dignify that with a response. Everyone is entitled to their opinion. But, that's really all I can say. Like, I don't know where he getting statistics from.
60% of Black women are unmarried.
That
actually sounds fairly accurate. If you think like 50% of people get divorced.
But Black people are married at higher rates than the assumption is that we're not married, that we're not getting married. But they're actually married at a decent capacity. But I don't know if I agree that women are poor at picking mates, because I feel like that doesn't have a gender. Anybody can pick a poor mate.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on for right now. I'm going to grill you about that one a little bit later. I hope you don't mind. All right. Let me go back down to the bottom. All right. We got 74 people in the chat room. Listen, I can't see YouTube right now, so I don't know how many likes that we have. We should have at least 74 likes. Let's get the let's get the likes up. Okay. We got to get the likes up as high as what we go. Black dignity, in my opinion, white supremacy started the downfall of a lot of things, especially in the Black community. But that's a conversation for another day. Stephen Boss, $5 super chat. God bless. I appreciate the support, sir. I didn't expect support like this today. I wholeheartedly appreciate it from all of y'all. You guys see the new quality of the camera and the channel? This is coming directly from y'all. Okay, I got a new camera. I'm over here live streaming, looking like it's a normal video. Okay, I appreciate y'all. That's coming directly from y'all. I'm taking the super chat, all of that stuff, and I'm reinvesting it in the channel as well. All right. I didn't tell you this yet, but I was actually thinking about doing a like, if you've been a co-host on a show, I was gonna do a party. I was gonna do a party, have everyone come through, get a bunch of liquor, get a bunch of food. You guys let me know in the chat if you guys would like to see something like that. in the chat down below. But like I was thinking like doing like a party, having a bunch of people come through who have been co-hosts on the show.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And then we all just politic. I was thinking about like asking a question to everybody like, yo, what is one thing that you learned while doing a video on the show, or like, you know, now listening to like Red Pill information.
This video shit.
Hey, you getting ahead of yourself? I feel like I need a refill. What's up?
I mean, I'm still sipping. I'm still good, but you can go ahead and refill.
Oh yeah, I need a refill. Let's start talking about a new topic. That'll be cool if y'all do a review on some Red Pill content. You know what? I was actually thinking about doing it like in like live in a video like this. Like, you know, it'll just be me and a co-host, like me and Niyah, and then I screen share, and then we just start going through videos. Like wouldn't that be dope if I just went through like a Black Phillip show, like live stream, and just kept the videos going? And because that'd be super fun too. And then the beauty of that is I don't have to edit the videos. Like I don't know how many of you guys in the chat actually have YouTube channels, but like it takes a long damn time to edit. You know what I'm saying? So I still be able to get content out for you guys without needing to edit. So
perfect.
This Trump one. I don't follow the news.
We can leave it alone.
Okay.
We could talk about.
You know what? Can we talk? Oh my God! Can we talk about the tank situation real quick? Oh shit! Can we talk about the? Whoa! Wait a minute! Wait! Hold up! Never date a woman who dates upwards 25 to 50,000, 100,000, and 250,000. What are you talking about, Papa Smurf? Never date a woman who dates upward.
What you mean upward? Like, as in he makes that much more money than me, or what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that means, my G. Pit Cheerio. Oh, how's NoFap going for you MGTOWs? I know it might be hard for the cult known as Man Grab They're all winners. Best of luck. Listen, I appreciate the $5. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Are you familiar with NoFap?
I am not.
Yeah, NoFap is like a terminology used for dudes who refuse to masturbate.
Oh.
They're trying not to. And it's the idea that...
Don't y'all start masturbating when y'all like damn near in the womb?
I feel like it's women start no later. In fact, y'all probably start earlier because y'all develop physically before we do.
Listen,
let's talk about it.
I have a younger brother that I remember being a kid.
Let's talk about it real quick, because there seems to be this idea amongst women that y'all develop faster than us.
And I hated that fake laugh. And A and B, science proves that women develop faster than men.
Physically.
In the brain, mentally.
No.
Yes.
Show me your studies.
Listen, we ain't got time to be having a whole science report right now. We could do that on another day at another time. But I will come back with some facts for your eyes.
I know you will.
Because you know what I mean?
I know you will. Listen, pip cheerio. All right, I want you to show a little bit more respect in here. All right, you little savage. I don't know about that NoFap stuff. I'm gonna give my initial understanding of it is it's dudes who are trying not to let porn continue to take over their lives, right? Like I feel like it is respectable too, especially because especially nowadays, as accessible as it is. In my day, like I remember there was this. So I'm from New York, and then we had Cablevision, and like in my day, you had to click on the They had this remote control, but it was actually a wire. It wasn't even like a real remote control; it was like a wire. And I used to click on the buttons, and then there was this one button. It was 13. You click on that motherfucker, and then if it was after midnight, it used to be this hazy screen. And if you look closely and hard enough at this hazy ass screen, you might be able to make out a titty, here and there. You know what I'm saying? But that's that was back in the day. Now, as soon as you get a Twitter account, you see porn.
Yeah, because there's a lot of soft porn on Instagram and everywhere else. People out here.
Listen, but there's something to say about not letting it control you and take over your life. And I feel like there's a false image of expectation or reality of what a woman should look like through watching things like that. I actually think about like Instagram, things like that. Like I have what do you call it? Following. I have defollowed.
Unfollowed.
I have unfollowed. It's been a long week. I have unfollowed all of the thought pages that I used to follow before.
Oh, because you was following all the thought pages.
Anyway. Shout card, shoulder charge. Feminism does push for equality, but it's equality of outcomes, not equality of opportunity. Spoken like a true G. It's like a race where you're handicapped faster racers so that they can all finish at the same time. What you think about that? It's
like a race where you handicap.
So you handicap the fastest person. So that's what equity is. It's like getting everyone caught up at the same.
Yeah, it's like putting people on equal ground without giving them equality. It's different than equality. Equality is like starting with the same line. Equity is like
making everyone equal. Yeah. So it's like slowing down the person that's way far ahead and pushing up the person that's the slowest in order to get everyone equal.
I don't know, because I feel like men have obvious advantages in society. That y'all get paid more. Which is probably one of the largest ones, because it's like I might be doing the same amount of work as Jim, but Jim getting extra zeros on his check that I'm not getting. So I don't know if it's like handicapping the factor race or if it's causing me to get what I deserve I'm not getting currently.
So let's talk about that real quick, because I don't think that that's true.
That's what the data says.
No, the data doesn't say that. The data actually says the opposite. The data doesn't say that company A employs John and Niyah, and they do the exact same job for the exact same position they have the exact same education and they make different money. The data does not say that.
It might not say that exactly, but it shows per dollar that a man makes, it shows that I think Black women, we make like 60, somewhere in the 60% range for how much money. But Black women are the most educated class. We have the most education across any other gender or race. So that in mind, according
but there's other issues. So listen, you can't just take. Here's my thing, and I understand what you're saying. And I when I first heard it, I was like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Here's the reason why that comes across a little bit faulty is that you're not considering the other factors that might push your income beneath. You're not considering that if you take a look at the danger typically in male jobs, men are more likely to do it. You're not taking into account that maternity leave can be a significant amount of time that could take you away from the workplace, right?
Yeah, but should I make less money because I'm having babies?
No,
that I can't do without your help.
No, but there's a lot of women that have babies and then they leave the workplace, right? Or they'll have babies and then they'll come back into the workplace not wanting the work-life balance and not getting, they can't do the hours as a man does because they want to be a nurturer, like they want to be at home with their kids, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying, like, just looking at the numbers of female education and male education, and then looking at the numbers of male pay and female pay it's a simplistic outcome. I feel like it is a lot of other things that are in there that when they control for those things, it comes out more equally. And it's also coming from the perspective of an organization who is, especially like public traded companies that have a bottom line. They're not, if they can hire women to do the exact same job with the exact same education, with the exact same experience at a lower rate, they would. Trust me.
And they do. But
you're saying women get paid.
We get paid less. But I think so let's take into account what you were saying about women. They have babies. Sometimes they don't come back to the workplace where they want that work-life balance. They have this new baby. What other people don't have that? That's not an option. You know what I'm saying? I'm a single parent. So like me having a work-life balance is less of an option for me because I have to work. I have to provide. So I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's not helpful for me. It's not helpful for me and that woman because I'm like, I'm a single mother. Like I have to provide for my child, to provide for myself. Like I need to be making the same amount of money. I need to be working. Like that's not. So while I see what you're saying, I think that, for people that are single parents, especially single mothers, which, there's a decent amount of those, it's not helpful. because that's not.
I get it, and so I understand what you're saying, but I feel like there's an idea of a wage gap that's painted out into media that the talking points that you originally started the conversation with, that's what they say, and then people left the conversation. And I'm saying, like, if you look further into the data, you can control. Yeah, there's a lot more to the conversation that came out later, but what came out later is not as popular, especially in the feminism groups and movements. So, but at the same time, like, this is still something that, like, if we have, like, we should do a video about it, because then we can take time to get our own data, throw up our own data, our own talking points, and then talk about it. There's not much else that I feel like we can contribute to the conversation without having some studies in front of us.
Absolutely.
Dennis Baltimore, shout out to you for the $15 super chat, my G. I appreciate you. Great content, my bro. Keep it up. And I know I said it before. I highly recommend the Red Pill Rican. He has some strong red pill logic and can make good content for review. I appreciate you. I'm gonna add. I think I already added the Red Pill Rican to my backlog. I just haven't gotten to it, yo. I've been busy. I've been busy. Like, you came through the other day and we did like 4 videos. I've only uploaded 1 and I got the other ones edited. It just takes me a while to get, it's a long process. One of these days I'm gonna take the process all the way from soup to nuts so you guys can kind of see what it takes to go from setup to recording to rendering to uploading to tagging to all of that stuff. It's a lot. So, but I appreciate the $15 super chat. Isolated Soul, I think this is a new one. At least my hand won't steal my child and steal my money through the courts. What? You don't want to comment on that?
I mean, if I'm a commenter, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like people always talk about child support, and they talk about things like that. But I was like, child support is a drop in the bucket. As someone who received child support ain't shit. Y'all don't know that, but like when you housing a child every day, 5 days out the week, 6 days out the week.
You said child support ain't shit.
It's not compared to how much money you spend on the child when you had a child in your care every day. It's not.
I've seen so many.
Some people are paying a fair amount of child support, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying.
There are some people who are, but a lot of times when you have a child, like, let's say your child support payment is $500 a month. $500 is a decent amount of money a month, but summer camps are $250 a week. So that little $500 is gone in 2 weeks, and that's not including food, clothing, and other things.
What is the income of a man that pays $500 a month?
I don't know.
It's not a high income.
I'm just throwing out.
But see, you can't just throw out numbers.
Well, but I'm just giving an example. I'm not saying a specific situation, but I'm just saying in those situations, $500 might sound a lot of money, but when it comes to actually raising the child and providing for the child, $500 is not a lot of money.
I hear what you're saying, but again, if you're getting $500 worth of child support, maybe you shouldn't be putting your child in $250 a week. That's what I'm saying.
But even considering that, like daycare is rent payments. If you ask any single mother or single father, they're gonna tell you that daycare is rent, no matter if it's a nice daycare or not even the best daycare.
The problem in your supposition is that you're saying $500 a month. $500 a month is not what a person pays who makes $80,000 a year.
No, you pay more than that.
That's what I'm saying. So
definitely, but what I'm saying is, I think when you think about what you get in child support and when you think about the actual cost that you incur to raise a child when you have the child most 5 days of the week, because I mean, some people. But I also think, and let me just clarify my comments. If you are getting your child a certain amount of days a week and you're paying a higher child support, I can see why you would be upset. Because like, I'm getting my child 3 days out the week or whatever the case may be. But like as an example, I know someone makes decent money. I ain't saying no, millionaire, nothing like that, but make decent money. But they have 2 kids. They pay like $800 a month for 2 kids. So each kid roughly $400. But if you think about that in the grand scheme, that's not a lot of money when you have to. And when you see your kids maybe every other weekend, you might have your kids every other weekend, but the mother has them 2 weekends out of the month, including every day of the week. That's not a lot of money. I just think that the children are expensive. So when you don't have a child in the home, you are likely.
Why are we using $500 as the basis?
I just chose a random number. I just pulled a number out of the sky. Like it wasn't. It's not necessarily like.
What's the average cost of a child per year?
I think it's like somewhere between. Like it's over 25. But I'm not exactly sure the exact numbers. I think it's pretty expensive though.
Black Divinity. I mean, wait, hold on. Eddie N. No, we're not in New York. We're in the Midwest. $500 in New York is gonna go nowhere. Nowhere. But again, like I haven't seen like the boys that I know that have to pay child support. It's usually way over $500.
So what would you say?
It depends on the man's income. But here's my problem. It. Here's my problem with it is that there's not a tracking system for where my dollars are going. There's not a tracking system, right? Like I would appreciate child support more if I can guarantee that the money that I am putting into the mother's hands is being used responsibly. But the problem is that they don't track it the way that it needs to be. So you can never really tell. So meanwhile, while the money is supposed to be going towards the child, it's going for her credit card bills. It's going for her nails. It's going for her blah. It's going for, right. And I've seen situations like that happen. And you're just like, yo, for real? For real. I think the tracking needs to get better. If there was a way to one-to-one tie, take $1,000 because, you know, I want my child, right? Like if they're not in my care, I want them to receive the most amount of support that's possible. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like where it goes wrong is how the money is being used. You would think with the amount of technology today, there'd be a way to one-to-one tie what I'm supplying and then how is it actually being used.
So I understand that there are people who do abuse the child support system. They are not spending the money. They're not spending the money like on their child. They're spending their money on, you know, other stuff. But there are people who are really out here spending their money on the kids. But I think that if you knew where every dollar was going, would you, like, let's say she put some of the money towards the rent, would you feel some type of way about her doing that? Because technically that rent is going to housing your child. Her as well. But it's housing both of them. If she ain't got nowhere to live, neither do your child.
What happened to y'all being independent?
Listen, you don't even want to do it on that road. You don't. So we're gonna leave that alone.
Why?
Not every woman wants to be independent. Some people want to be dependent.
That's trash, in my opinion.
Well, opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one.
I'm gonna show you guys what I'm doing over here. All right, I'm gonna take a look at some of the comments real quick, and then we're gonna get back in it. $5 super chat from Isolated Show. Isolate. I feel like this is the first time that I'm seeing your name, but you over here showing mad support, love, respect to you, my G. Let me see what you just wrote right here. I have 50-50 custody and still have to pay $1,200 a month in child support.
Canada high.
You
live in Canada, right? Because Canada is expensive as hell. Shit.
So I've been to Toronto. I've been to Montreal. I've been to Vancouver. I love Canada.
But Canada's expensive.
I don't know what y'all put in the water. The women in Canada are just, I don't understand what it is.
So do you love Canada or do you love Canadian women? That's the real question.
I love Canadian women.
Okay.
Canada's cold, but like Canada in the summer, oh my God. You know what it is too? It's the culture. Like I feel like when the US was putting like gates up at our borders back in the 70s and the 80s from immigrants. No, I'm being for real.
Okay.
Canada wasn't. They were like letting immigrants come in.
Oh yeah, Canada's
so like
free.
Have you been to Toronto?
I have not been to Toronto.
So if you go to Toronto, like downtown Toronto, on one city block, you'll see an Indian restaurant, a Japanese restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, a Armenian restaurant, and the food at all of them are phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard that Canada is pretty. I've heard that it's pretty nice. I've heard Toronto is like a cleaner, nicer version of New York City.
I can see that, but it's not. It's nowhere. It's more like the size of Chicago, if I remember correctly.
I mean, I don't know the size of it. I'm not saying the same size as New York, but like the vibes and like it's real cleanly.
BJ347 says, notice that men
who have custody of their kids don't complain about how much it is to take care of them.
Listen, I know you don't have kids, so like we can we can let the custody thing go, but I think it's an important conversation to have because child support, I think first of all, like, there's an accountability part as well. Like, yeah, like if you ended up having a kid with someone, like, you should expect to support. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But it's like, man, like if that happens, like your happiness in life is not only then predicated on, because
I think it comes down
it's
to
predicated on the like.
But that comes down to, and I think men and just people in general should be more mindful of this period.
Mm-hmm.
Watch who the fuck you're laying down with and raw dogging, because you can get somebody pregnant. Like, people are so like casual about a lot of sex situations, and then you get somebody pregnant, and then it's like, I don't even have no real deal relationship with this person. Like, I'm not even really into them like that. This was sex. And now you have a kid with them. So now you have to face the consequences and repercussions of your actions. At the end of the day, like, if you are out here getting somebody pregnant, you have a kid with them, like, you might not like that that she may not spend child support money right away, but if you had got to known her maybe better, you might have been like, okay, this is a person I feel like is responsible. Like, if we have a kid together, this will be a amicable situation. Not to say that things can't change, because people do change depending on how the situation either stays together or falls apart. But I think it's important to be careful with who you're having kids with, period.
Here, I don't think you should ever risk it, even if you think she's a good one. But we all mess up.
Listen, everybody is not the pull-out assassin, okay? Some of y'all pull out games this week.
Yeah, like weak as fuck. You just be clapping out, just staying all up in it, like, damn, my G, like, damn. Now you tied, not even for 18 years, but for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you tied from a monetary standpoint for 18 years, but for life, because y'all share a child.
Male Enlightenment TV. What's up, my guy? What's up? What's up? Let me highlight this. What should scare you? The fact that the city and state government support this dysfunction because they receive matching funds from the federal government to help destroy your family and take money out what you send. It's a business. Shout out to you, Male Enlightenment TV. Listen, man, everyone in the channel, go subscribe to Male Enlightenment TV. He's the brother that we did the live stream with on Black Ram's channel. Go over to him, subscribe, come back real quick. Show that brother support. I appreciate he takes things from more of a historical, more of a knowledge view. So go over there, because what he provides is really in-depth knowledge to add on to the red pill content as well. So go over there and show that brother love as well. I appreciate you, my G. I think it's a good comment though. Like, it's almost like it's a business from a government perspective, because they're taking money out of all of that. Everything
the government does is business.
So they make business out of mistakes.
They do. They've been doing it. I mean, we got whole prison systems. Like,
yeah.
Go ahead and drink to that.
No, it got me angry because I thought about that Netflix special 13. You saw it?
Oh, the 13th Amendment.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild. Especially the privatization of prisons is just a wild,
gross.
Which is a wild thing. Like, that's why I always tell people, look at who you're voting for, look at who you put in office, because those are your representatives at the federal level, at the state level, at the local level. And honestly, what happened at the local level and state level is more important. But pay attention, because those people are, kind of controlling where your dollars go, how your dollars are being spent, and they're bringing certain things in and out of your communities, and you should be aware.
You know what? I bang with you, but see, here's where I'm at. My point in my life now, like, you constantly shame me at where you think my maturity level is based off of my ability or inability to form what you ladies like to refer to as a relationship, right? So I'm 34 years old right now. I make good money. I have maxed out my 401k. I have maxed out my IRA. I have maxed out my HSA. I have no debt. I have no children. I am happy.
Good. I'm happy for you.
What do you think a man with these type of credentials, right? Because they exist. What do you think about that their ability to live this lifestyle into perpetuity?
When you say live this lifestyle into perpetuity, what do you mean by
being single, having my own, not having to spend all this money on the other things outside, like family stuff, right? Because I feel like there's a pressure, right? Black man, as I'm coming up to 35 years old, I feel like there's a pressure to like, damn, like why are you not, settled down yet? Or like, why are you not, you know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about kids yet, right? Like, and all of this stuff. But like, I feel like there's a components of the culture that tell me that I should have these things, right? Like, and when I talk to you, sometimes I feel like, damn, like, shit, is it time for me to like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I make you think. That's good.
Well, everyone makes me think. That's why we have discussions like this. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like just like Win is saying right here, men can do it forever. So, you know what I'm saying?
When I say I'm glad I get you to think, some people used to be probably have conversations, you discard their thoughts. You'd be like, I heard what they said, and I'm.
You said I do.
I'm sure there's people that you'd be like, I'm not taking their opinion seriously, whatever the case may be. But you could technically ride that to the end if that's what you chose to do.
Look, pip cheerio. It's called Peter Pan syndrome. Stop shaming me, pip. Stop shaming me.
Shame on Pip.
Listen. Nah, hell no, Pip. I'm over here loving and enjoying life. And here's the thing, and I feel like it's a major component of the channel, is just like we see our parents before us, right? We have examples of divorces. We have examples of people who made bad decisions. We've seen, even on the women's side, you see shit like postpartum depression, which, a lot of that shit is chemical. But a lot of that shit is your life has significantly changed. And no longer can you do the things that you used to do before with the same body that you had before.
But some people are okay with that. I mean, as far as what you were saying, like, how long can you do it? You can do it forever if you want to. That's ultimately a choice. If you choose to do it forever, I mean, that's your business. That's kind of how I feel about it. But I think there are fulfillment in other areas that you might not experience because you chose to live your life that way, which is cool because you might not be looking for that sort of fulfillment. So I think it just depends on what is it you are looking to be fulfilled by. Like for some men, they want to have families. They want to be with a partner, engage in a partnership. That's what their ideal life is. Even having all the things that you may have, it's still like, that's like that last final piece. That's that piece that I just want to kind of sink in. But not everybody feels like that. I mean, there's women who don't want to get married either. Like, be like, I don't want to get married. Or there's men who want to get married, but they don't want to have any kids. I don't be a mother. Like, I feel like everyone is entitled to make their own choices. I think the reasoning behind people's choices is sometimes where I'd be like, it seems like it's stemming from a place of immaturity. Like, or and I wouldn't say immaturity, but sometimes fear. Like, they've seen their parents get divorced. So they're like, that really tore me up. I don't want to experience that same thing myself. I'm not saying that's your situation, but I'm saying there are people that feel that way.
But the fear is real. And I say that, and when I say fear, it's not the fear of marriage, it's the fear of divorce and what can happen if you get divorced. Right? Like, if I told you, and I've said this a couple times on the channel before, if I told you that, we're about to go bungee jumping, okay, we're going to throw ourselves off of a bridge with a bungee cord attached to me. And I said, at this particular bridge, 50% of the people are going to die.
I'm going to be like, you see this black skin? My ass is not doing no shit like that.
You're deflected. You're if you were a transformer, they'd call you Deflecticon. Okay. Anyway, so if 50% of the people said you're gonna die if you do this activity, would you not be scared?
I would be scared, but I don't know if I would let my fear stop me from doing it.
What? You would risk your life for a frivolous activity?
People think of it this way: people go to the military all the time.
Yes or no?
I cannot give you a true answer on that.
The answer should be no.
That's your answer.
What's your answer?
I'm just saying I cannot give you an answer on that. Like there are certain things, I feel like there are certain situations you might risk it all. People do that.
That's ridiculous. You have one life to live. Why are you not optimizing your life?
It's not that you're not optimizing your life, but sometimes there are things on the opposite side of fear that can push you to the next level.
Niyah, it's such a ridiculous assertion that you like. If you look at the numbers, you see the numbers, right? Like that should scare you. If I tell you, yo, there's a 50% chance when you walk outside of here, you're gonna get hit by a car. You wouldn't be scared?
I didn't say that I wouldn't be scared.
So,
but just because you are afraid, sometimes things that you are afraid, I might say like, okay, I'm afraid to jump. I'm afraid of heights. Okay, so you like, let's go skydiving.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of heights. So jumping out of a plane is like a wild idea to me. Like, oh, you want me to jump out of a plane?
Yeah.
An airplane. You want me to open the door and get out of the airplane? Wow, that's wild. Like, I might be afraid. I'm definitely afraid because I'm afraid of heights. So if I'm afraid of heights, getting on, I'm afraid when I go into a hotel too far and they got like an opening to the middle.
Yeah.
I get right up on the wall because I'm afraid of heights. Because I'm like, it freaks me out. So if you say we should jump out of a plane, I'm definitely afraid. But that might not stop me from jumping out the plane. I'll be like, this is going to be an experience. It's going to be an experience. But it's me stepping outside of my fear.
But here's the
experience.
Here's the problem.
People die.
I hear what you're saying, but I'm giving you the statistical outcome of when you jump out that plane. It's not about just taking risk. It's about taking calculated risk. If you know the outcome, if you know that there's 50% chance of dying out that same plane, if you know this, please take the logical, the part of your brain that says, 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. It's 0.5. It's 50%.
I can do that.
So if you know 50% is not going to work like it could, or if you flip a coin right now, and that will just determine life or death.
Yeah.
So if the choice is, okay, let's say the Grim Reaper was in here right now, and this motherfucker was like, listen, I'm going to give you a coin. If you flip the coin, if it's heads, you win, and you get to live. If it's tails, you lose, you get to die. And then the Grim Reaper says, or you don't have to play my game, and I just walk the fuck out of here. What would you choose?
I think it's a different example, but I'm like, do I want to play this game? Do I want to chance it? I'd probably be like,
you won't play.
I like being white. It's kind of dope.
Yeah, right. So would you play the game?
But this is my thought process on things that
Wait a minute, just answer the question. Answer the question.
Let me say this because I feel like this is an extreme example as far as like that. But let me just say that like I don't know if I should live my life based on what's happened to other people. Because that's essentially what you're saying. Is like, because this happened to 50% of other people, there's a 50% chance it happened to me, and I'm going to live my life on that other side because I was like, I don't want to be one of those 50%. I can't agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I can't not, because you're basically making a decision off the experience of other people. That's not even been your experience. You could have had a positive experience and it could be great. Like you don't know that your experience is going to be that same experience. And so when you're making a decision to act a certain way or move a certain way based off the experiences of other people, not factoring in who you are, not factoring in who your partner is, you're making a decision off of something that you haven't even experienced.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. So, which is why I think it's the benefit of having conversations like this, because you get the opportunity to step outside of the bullshit that your girlfriends tell you, outside of the bullshit that the media tells you, right? And just have an honest conversation so you can look about life just a little bit differently. And I feel like there has to be a component of understanding, right? There has to be a component of understanding when I say a statistic like that to you, because oftentimes I get shame tactics. I get Peter Pan syndrome. I get Pip Cheerio.
He's talking about that Peter Pan.
Yeah, I'm angry, Pip. She's just in here to troll. I see you. I get shame tactics, right? And I get like not at least an understanding to the reality or like what actually happens, right? So I hear you. So it's like you have to tease out the things out of your personality. You have to tease out the things out of her personality. that will not lead to a good outcome, like going into the future. Because too often, both sides of the coin, people are not putting enough thought behind this decision. Getting married is one of the most important decisions that you will ever make in your life.
I agree.
Like getting married, the contract, the binding, lesser than that, but the friends that you make is some of the most important decisions that you make in your life. But marriage is 1,000 times more important because it's tied by a contract for life, right? So this is your forever.
Hypothetically for life.
Well, it's supposed to be, you know, if you choose to.
But I think when you think about marriage being a contract for life, you have to also think like you're growing and evolving every day. You're not the same. You might not be the same mediocre tutorials and reviews that I met a year ago. You know, you're continuing to grow and evolve as you should.
I'm not.
I'm still.
You think I'm growing? I'm the same. Still same OG because I've been low key.
I didn't say you were growing. I was just saying. I'm just giving an example. Let me clarify.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say shout out real quick. Shout out Sarah. Stay paid, consistent subscriber. My little brother works a full-time job, goes to school full-time, and drives a fully paid off used car. Salute to the young king. He spends no money and does not go out because he is on his Gary V. Lives at home. Salute to the young king. He's not in the consumerism lifestyle, and make sure that you keep on talking to him if you see him going astray. You know, as big sis, you should be, you know, in an understanding that he can go astray, and try that you as much as you can to make sure that he's focused on that. That's like one of the greatest lessons that I'm trying to get out in this channel is like the negative impacts of a consumerism lifestyle. Feeling like you have to live up with the Joneses, feeling like the new Jordans that come out or the new Gucci this or the new Louis that has got to be a part of your lifestyle. Meanwhile, what you're effectively doing is continuing to ride the hamster wheel. You're continuing to sit yourself in a place where you have to wake up in the morning and go to work, and you have to work a 9-hour day. Like, I'm not on that. What I'm on is I'm gonna do it for a finite time period in my life and then create financial independence goals so that I don't have to do that. So I can do additional things with my time because I value my time. And that's, you know, in my pursuit, and I'm a little bit older than you. In my pursuit and understanding who I am, I started to understand like what are the things that really make me happy. And it's never been that consumerism bullshit. What it is my time. And within my time, I can choose whatever the hell that I want to do. So it's like, how can I set myself on a path where I get the most value out of my time so I can create happiness within myself? You know what I'm saying? So keep on focused. Cameron Williams, $5 super chat from Cameron. Yo, listen, when y'all do super chats, let me see a message. Let me see something else in the super chat as well, because I want to keep on connecting and bonding with y'all. Appreciate you, Cameron. Sorry, let me just keep going. You guys are writing a lot in here. I'm like way behind. I'm way behind. Damn, we've been having crazy good conversation.
Well, what was we talking about before you stopped? Because I can't remember what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We have to start up a new damn combo. Listen, it's 1:08 right now. How much time you have? I don't want to keep you on.
No, good. We can keep going.
All right, we're gonna keep going. How much longer you think? Cost benefit analysis. Anthony Gibson over there speaking my language.
I mean, it's up to you. This your channel. I'm just here, you know, guesting and shit.
You chilling? You got what, where you drink at?
You was supposed to be filling me up, yo.
I'm so sorry. Hey, what? Relax.
I'm relaxed. You relax.
Relax. Supposed to be what? I love Brandon. I think men are now thinking critically about relationships. The divorce rate currently at 53%. Imagine getting on a plane ride with 53% chance of crashing. You would think more critically about it. That's what I'm saying. Niyah wants to ignore that.
I didn't say that I want to ignore that. I'm acknowledging that. But I'm also saying is that I cannot choose to live my life based off someone else's experience. I have to make there are L's I have to take myself. There are things that I have to do experience on my own. And I'm okay with that. Like I don't need to like be like, oh, I'm not gonna do this happen to somebody else. Like, dang. So you want me to get lit?
That's
Where's
yours.
my juice? Where's my juice?
That's yours.
Can you pass me the juice, please?
I love Brandon. I always appreciate the support, brother. You know, I recognize. I don't need that bullshit. I don't need no chaser. I don't need no
like you ain't had
chaser.
like you ain't had juice in the first cut. So
you just gonna try to shop me out like that in front of my G's? Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
It's hilarious.
I want to fight you.
You been wanting to fight me since 2016.
Listen.
You ain't squared up yet, so hush up.
Yo, Gary Penfold. Yo, I just did a video on Dr. Boa. I was in communication with him. I want to say it was you, Gary, who recommended that I look at his channel. Yeah, we did that video. I haven't uploaded it yet. So expect that video soon. And I was in email I think I was in email communication with him, or maybe I was writing on his channel. He was writing me back or something like that. His channel is super dope. I appreciate his content. So shout out to Dr. Boa. Let me keep going. Blonde wig. Who are you talking about?
I don't know.
Dapper Romeo. What up, my G? He's a new subscriber. I see you, yo. Hit me in the comment. He appreciates Black women. He appreciates the natural aspects of you guys. You know what I'm saying? Don't let a woman trap you up in consumerism. Stay vigilant, brothers. Get your money up and don't run up your debt. Beach Reloaded. I couldn't have said it better, my G. I couldn't have said it better, my G. You know what I mean? Let me throw up an idea to you real quick, and I want to get your opinion on it real quick.
Okay.
I did a live stream recently with Black Ram. One of the things that they said was that women do a worse job of managing their finances because women are a little bit more emotionally driven. So they make purchasing decisions more so off of emotion. And because they make more financial decisions off of emotions, they are less capable of saving money, of investing money. That was what I heard. I wanted to throw that up there and get your initial reaction to that.
So I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it depends on the women. There are some women who are very financially savvy. However, I want to highlight that the way that society has, kind of raised the differences between men and women are not taught about finances. Like that's something that they shift.
So you agree?
They shift to the man. I'm not saying that I agree that women make more emotional decisions, but I think sometimes women are not given certain education about certain things. So I think it's assumed that when we'll be married, it's assumed that someone else will be taking care of that based off the somewhat larger gender roles where the man usually is the one managing the finances. But I know some very savvy women that are good with their finances. Like I know that that's out there, and there are people that manage their finances well. And there are some men who don't manage their finances as well. So I think it just depends. Like you never really know, like if they're going to be savvy or if they're going to,
live streaming,
emotionally spend, as you call it.
Sorry.
But yeah, so I don't know if to be true, but I will say that I think generally when people are being educated on finances, to educate women, they think, educate the man because he's going to be the head of the household.
You know what's crazy? That was my argument on the on the show, on the live stream. That was my argument. It was my argument was, Black men have been in the workforce en masse a little bit longer. So I felt like it was incumbent on the Black man to try to teach the Black woman how to do it effectively, or a little bit better than what we have kind of seen with it,
Yeah.
But the general sentiment on that show is that they've tried, right? Like, I don't know if Male Enlightenment TV is still in here, but that was the general sentiment. And it's something that I posed up, and I gave actually tangible examples, 2 different examples where I've tried to step a couple of, actually, and they were co-hosts as well that, we're trying to figure out their financial situations. Mm-hmm. And I tried to put them on a path that kind of made sense. And they listened. Now, there's some people that are just not going to listen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I think generally finances has been an area of strife for the Black community generally, like overall. And I think part of that is because we've been systematically disadvantaged in a lot of ways and have less access sometimes to certain things. But I think access is becoming more available. So people being able to they're more aware of the resources and things that are available to help them better control their finances and better maximize their finances. And there's a lot of Black people that I actually see that are doing a lot more in the financial services area to increase the generational wealth and the long-term legacy of our people, which I appreciate.
You got some love in the chat. Pip, cheerio. That man shamer. Pip, she's still in here. That brown looking hit y'all a bit different. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit of gumption in my step a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Pretty smile, Niyah.
Thank you.
Listen, you gotta start your own channel.
Listen, I'm probably taking the shine on your channel.
Yeah, put your tongue in your mouth. Let me see. Women file about 70-80% of divorces. That is true. Women are thinking about divorce on the wedding day. Women are aware of how the system favors them and they exploit that. I think that there's some truth in that. I think there's some truth in the understanding that I think women are privileged by divorce. I mean by marriage. It's a privilege to get in it, and it's in low key, maybe even subconsciously they yes, because there's so many benefits for a woman by getting into marriage, and they become privileged by it.
So you don't think that there's any benefits for men is getting into it? That's what I'm hearing.
Well, think about it. I was talking about it before. My life's already set up. I'm super happy. My family loves me. Right? Like I got all of these things, right? Like, and I'm still able to move and shake how I want to. Like, the only thing in my mind that keeps me from, hopping out of what Pip Cheerio would say is my Peter Pan status is the thought of raising kids or a family. And because my belief is that it's way better to do that in a two-parent household.
I agree with that.
Now, I didn't grow up in a two-parent household.
Is not dysfunctional, because I feel like sometimes people will be like, "Oh, it's a two-parent household," but there's so much dysfunction in the household that the child probably be better off with one parent.
Yeah, that's true, and that's actually what happened to me. Is I was in a two-parent household until I was about 7. And then I stayed with my pops, which is actually like, let me scroll down here. I'm missing all these comments real quick. Michael Bennett. I'm doing a bad job keeping up the comments, guys. I'm about to scroll all the way down in a second here. Michael Bennett, $5 super chat. Mike Ben, listen, I'm working on what we talked about. I'm working on it, bro. Trust me, I'm working on it. I've just been super busy. I appreciate the super chat, my G. Niyah, why do you believe marriage benefits men in society where self-sustenance is pitched as the key to happiness?
Why do you believe? Sorry, I can't see that.
Sorry, it is real small. I don't know how to make this bigger.
I think it just depends on the man. I feel like every man has his own definition of how he benefits in his marriage. And I feel like it depends on what you're looking for and depends on what your spouse brings to the table. I think that marriage can be a benefit in numerous ways. However, I think it really depends on your partner and like what you're looking for and what did you want to marriage? Like, what is your partner for? And I think that really comes down to you being with someone who like, this person adds value to my life. Because there are a lot of people who you be like, you cool, but you're not marriage material to me. Like, you don't add any value to my life. But I think for people that don't value marriage, I feel like they've never met a person where they feel like, this person, I can marry them. I can see the value they add to my life. That you may not have seen anybody else. And I think that's really key, is finding someone who you feel like will benefit you. So I feel like even the conversations that you and I have had, I feel like if you met a woman that you felt brought something to the table that you felt you benefited from, and you're like, wow, this woman brought something that I didn't even know I was missing, you would look at marriage and you'd be like, this is a woman I can marry. But you may not have met that type of woman. You may have been dating women who you'd be like, I mean, she's cool, but she's not adding anything that I already have in myself. And I think that's kind of what it comes down to, especially for someone who is marriage averse. They'd be like, I don't see any benefit to this. So when you meet someone you feel like there is benefit to you of it, you might be like, this could be.
No, but I understand what you're saying. Just a quick comment. We'll go to the next one.
Cool.
A quick comment. You can get all of that stuff not married. You can get all that stuff in a long-term committed promise ring relationship.
But I think for me, when I think about marriage, I mean, marriage is the part where you get like, I think the legal benefits of marriage, the tax credits and things like that. But marriage is just an extension of a relationship. I'm not going to disagree with you. You might have those long-term benefits from a long-term relationship. I think some people feel like because they can do the long-term relationship, they don't feel like marriage is necessary, and I feel like that's up to you. There are certain things that you would get with a marriage that you don't get as married, even if you're in a domestic partnership. That's another form of marriage, but it's not an actual marriage. But I think that, what people should think about when they're thinking about getting married is like, okay, like what are the issues and things that we're having in this relationship? Because if you get married, those issues are not going away. They're only going to be exacerbated by the marriage. I think sometimes people get married thinking like, okay, this person's going to be a different person when we get married. And that's not true. Like whatever problem issue you had before you got married, those problems are going to follow you right into your relationship, right into your marriage. So it's important to deal with those things and have those conversations, no matter what. But I mean, marriage is something that's recognized by the state. A long-term relationship is not recognized by the state.
Yeah, I don't want anything recognized by the state. I don't want the government in my shit. What's the benefits of that? Yeah, they give you like a little bit of tax money to like put a little bit of dollars in front of you. There's
tax breaks. Let's say that we had a long-term relationship. We've been together 5 years. If something happens to you, like say you get in an accident, I can't even visit you in the hospital because I'm not a relative. I'm not your spouse. I'm not family. So I don't have no access to you.
You can visit me. You can't make decisions.
But let's say you don't have any family any close family to make your decisions.
Well, then the onus is on me because I didn't sign over power of attorney. I didn't create a will. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. But that's me. That's my fault.
It is your fault. But I'm just saying, the people that you would likely sign that over to might not be like you might be like, oh, I'm gonna give my dad power of attorney over me. Your dad's not here anymore.
All right, let's real quick. I want to, because I know you have a lot more to say on this, but like I'm trying to keep up with the comments. Michael Bennett again. Thank you again for the $5 super chat, my G. Niyah, what are some of the reasons men and women are educated differently in terms of building generational wealth coming from the same education system? Oh, that's a good question.
So I would say that they're educated differently in terms of they might come from the same education system, but there's a different focus. I feel like there are things that people be like, oh, like they might be like, oh, you're a woman, you need to take this home economics class. But as a man, you need to take this economics class. You know what I'm saying? So there's different ways that we as society direct men and women, even from a very young age. If you think about even Disney movies and like the man is always the person that's going to save you. It's never the woman saving herself. It's always a man saving her. She's always the damsel in distress in a lot of movies. So we're taught from a very young age that in some capacity, a woman is supposed to depend on a man for certain things. And that's kind of indoctrinated in people. I think, for Black women, we get a lot of flack for being too independent. It's like, oh, you know how to do all these things by yourself. Like, you can't have no man because you emasculate a man because you don't know how to sit back and let the man lead. So I feel like there's a lot of conversation. Like, okay, it's like, you want me to know stuff, but if I know too much, now you feel emasculated. Like, where is the median of me being able to know stuff for myself?
Can I just comment on that real quick?
Yeah, sure.
It's not knowing stuff that we feel emasculated or however it is that you want to describe that. I don't want to deal with feeling like I'm in competition with who is the head. What I feel like happens, and this is the difficulty of a woman who goes out and wants to be completely independent, and the things that she has to do to ascertain that level of success. What we start to lose sight of, and what I've seen like around me, is the ability to turn it off.
No, right. That's definitely an issue for some people.
And that is, and it's almost like it's not talked about enough. but I feel like it needs to be talked about. It's because like a man is not necessarily going to want to be in competition with that same, right? Like I don't want to.
It doesn't have to be a competition.
Like I don't want all that aggressive shit.
But
like I don't want to be commanded how to do things. Like.
So it doesn't have to be that. But what I will say, and I say this consistently across the board, there is what I call an exchange of power. Like there are certain areas where I may be more well versed than you are. There are certain things that I may have experienced that led me to be more well versed than you, and there are certain areas where you are more well versed. So I think as a man, sometimes you have to be okay. Like, okay, she knows this area better than me. I'm gonna sit back and let her, run the play, and we're good because we're a team. So it's not competition when we're a team. Like there are certain things that I'm better at than you, and it's not because you're not capable, but it's just I have more experience, and there are certain areas where you have more experience. So that's okay. It's okay for you to be better in some areas and be able to take the lead, and for me to take the lead in some areas. That's fine. I think people have to be okay with that though. Like, I'm not trying to emasculate you when I'm taking lead in an area that I clearly have more experience in. And there's certain situations I'll be like, you know what, I have a decent amount of experience in the area, but I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna let him run the play. Because that's what he wants to do. That's his area to thrive, and he's excited about that. I'm gonna let him do it. So I think I understand what you're saying as far as, you don't want to have to compete. But I think that's also on both parties to know, like, this is a partnership. When I win or you win, we win as a unit. It's not an individual win. It's us as a unit win because we're in a partnership and we're married. So I think there just has to be that knowledge. And I think there's a way that you can communicate certain things. I think it's not actually about what's being done, but sometimes about the way it's being communicated. And I think that's where people run into a lot of issues. Like, oh, I didn't like the way you said that. It's not even down what you did, but the way you said it.
All right, let's go on to the Peace 27. Peace, appreciate you, my G. $5 super chat. If you're in college, should just work. If you're in college, should just work, study hard, and make friends. Should you just work, study hard, and make friends? Should women not even be a focus when you're in college because you're not high value? Let me try to take this one. Peace. It's a life that will help define who you are as a person. You're going to miss out on key experiences. What I'd say, one of the keys of life that I've learned to understand is that life is about balance. You have to find that correct level of balance, right? Now, at the same time, if you are unhappy where you're at in life, like if you feel like you're so far behind, right? Like if you feel like you're not getting a fair start, then you may need to focus solely and completely on your work. But understand that, like, we can't maintain that. We're human beings. We experience ebbs and flows, and that flow state might be what you need in order to become successful. But at some point you're going to need to ebb, because there is no human being that can go 100% completely down in the dirt and focused for an extended
seasons.
Like you can't go through those seasons. Thank you. You can't go through those seasons with that same level of vigor. You have to know how to treat yourself. You have to know, right? Like you have to know and understand, like, because like, let's say you focusing on that and you make it to like 28 years old and you're making $200,000 a year, right? And in a medium income or cost of living city, you still won't know how to move well with women. You still won't, right? So like then you become the dude who, gets taken advantage of because you can't tell the signs that she's really not even that into you.
I think also, just to piggyback off that, there's different types of fulfillment. And your job is only going to provide one type of fulfillment. Money's only going to provide one type of fulfillment. Your relationship might provide fulfillment in another area that you didn't even know that you're missing, or you might be like, this is fulfilling me in a way that I hadn't been fulfilled by my job. I mean, at the end of the day, a job is as much as you make it. Sometimes jobs will have you working a lot more, but there's only a certain level of fulfillment that you will get out there. So, okay, I make a lot of money, I got a good job, but I still feel like something is missing. And not everybody has that yearning, but there are people that be like, I feel like something is missing, and you might get that fulfillment out of your relationship. And there's platonic friendships that you might have, but those are not going to fulfill you in the same way as someone that may be invested in you.
All right, $10 super chat, Anthony Golson. Pump and dump.
Bye. Bye.
See you, my G. You know, it's been my mantra for a little while now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. All right, Pip Cheerio, $5 super chat. Yo, y'all are super generous on this Friday. Damn. Consumerism is geared towards women. That's why female products tend to cost more than men's. Capitalism takes advantage of women's spending habits.
It is geared towards women.
It's way more geared towards women.
For sure.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with that. Not even a little. All right, let's move on. Thank you again, Pip Cheerio, for the $5 super chat. This is my first time seeing her on my channel. I'm just surprised that we got new people in here showing love and respect. Anthony Golson, $10 super chat. Marriage is a trap to steal the man's money.
I disagree with that. What if the man comes into the marriage with less money than the woman?
Are
we stealing her money?
That can definitely happen. Yeah, and then marriage can be a trap to steal the other person's money.
I mean, whoever that person, I don't think it's male or female. I think the gender thing was a little bit of a reach, but you know.
I think the comment though does deserve a little bit of respect. All right, listen, guys, we're gonna put like maybe 5 to 10 more minutes into it, and it's almost 10 o'clock. I know there's things that Niyah wants to do, there's things that I want to do tonight. So like, we're gonna put in like 5 to 10 more minutes. Just FYI, I'm trying to get back down to the comments because these comments are from 10 minutes ago.
Oh yeah. We didn't even get to the tank thing. We need to hit that.
Yo, yeah, we gotta get to the tank discussion real quick. $5 super chat from Isolated Soul. $5 Canadian dollars. I don't know what that means for American dollars. $5 Canadian dollars. Women in 2019. I want to get married, but I don't want to be a wife. Oh. P.S. Most men won't marry single mothers. That's also true. Listen, just real quick on this one.
What's being a wife? That's what I want to know.
Oh.
What is that?
You know why? You know why that's so crazy to me is because like when I've had this conversation with women before, like they're like, damn, like you 35 and you're not married yet. But then at the same token, if you ask them, well, what does it mean to you to be a wife? Crickets. They don't know what it means, and it's like people,
I don't think men know what that means either.
Wait a minute, but no, hold on. Men like me is not an advocate for marriage. I don't need to know what it is.
No, you are not an
But
there are men who are advocates.
If you're shaming me into feeling like because of my age I should get married, the least you can do is to have an idea of what your role is in marriage, right? That's the least that you should be expected of. So,
I mean,
what do you feel like your role would be? Because this is an interesting question, because that's when, you know, if you look at the biblical sense of what that word is, it means being a rib. So it's like, well, what's your definition of being a rib? What does that look? What's the use case?
But I see. So here's the thing. I don't think what a wife is means the same thing to everybody. I think that means different things to different people. You know, there are people that be like, okay, I'm going to do all the domestic stuff, and that to me means being a wife. Or there are people like, I don't cheat on you and I have sex with you on command. That makes me a wife. So I think that there are different definitions of being a wife, and I think every person has their definition. But I also think it depends on the relationship, because I feel like, you know, certain men need certain things that other men may not need. I might be like, okay, I know that this is what my partner needs. This is what I enjoy doing for my partner, and these are the things that will make me a wife. But like I said, that's a wild card. It's not something you can say like a wife is A, B, C, and D, and it's the same thing for every person.
Yeah, but I still feel like there should be at least an understanding of what are the role components of what it means, and at least women who want to get married should at least know like what their role would be. That should be the minimum expectation. Because why are you going to get why would you want something but not know what your role is within that? That's like me applying to a job and I don't know what I'm going to be doing.
I mean, it's the same thing as being a husband and thinking that because you can provide my role as a provider, I think that's all you have to do and not make sure you're a good husband. Not true.
$5 super chat. So listen, I missed a whole bunch of comments. I had to just go down to the bottom because I want to be up to date with you guys. $5 super chat from Anthony Golson. Today's women are takers, not givers. That's why they don't know.
I disagree.
Talk to me.
I think women give a lot in marriage sometimes.
Sometimes.
So not everybody. Everybody's marriage is different. I'm not married, so I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. Is this so you don't feel like it's a gender thing? You don't feel like all the things like in the expressions that we see like in all the super chats, women do this, women do that. You don't feel like it's a gender thing? You think it like what is it, a human thing?
What do you mean? What a human thing?
Like all these things like women today are not takers or givers. That's why they don't know. Are you saying that like men also do that as well?
Yes.
Okay.
There are a lot of women, especially I see this in like successful women that date people that they taking care of because they want to have a man and they can't find a man for whatever reason, and they want a man, so they get some man they can take care of. Now, do they respect that man? Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but people, I think in general, people there are women out here taking care of men just like there's out here men take care of women. Like it's not uncommon, especially people who have been single for a long time and maybe latter 30s. They're like, oh, I just want to get married. I just want to have a man, and so they will take anybody to say they got a man.
$5 super chat, Michael Bennett. The wife's role is determined by the husband. The issue with the modern marriage is women are trying to define what a wife is, not knowing it's a support role.
You're real dramatic right now. I mean, I think that.
Do you believe that being a wife is a support role?
I think that it depends on what you believe. But if you believe in biblical definition of a wife, if you are someone who subscribes to the Christian faith, the Bible talks very directly about the woman being a supporting role. The man is the head of the household, but the woman is the neck. That doesn't mean they don't discuss things, that she's not part of the decisions. She is, but the man is the head of the household.
Hey, just real quick, pip, Cheerio, stop spamming, okay? Stop spamming. All right, you tripping, okay? Say a point. Let's move on from the point. Oh, you spamming, girl. Anthony Golson, women are hardwired to be selfish.
I think humans in general are hardwired to be selfish. I think that's a general human characteristic, not a woman characteristic.
Here's the difference. Men are more logic based. Women are more emotional based. Okay.
Generally.
More often than not.
Generally.
More often than not, women are more emotional based. Men are more logic based. Anyway, here's the problem. Logic says that, man, she's been with me. She supported me. She's nurtured me in my time of need. She's done X, she's done Y, she's done Z. And because of that, I'm going to provide security. I'm going to be there for her. I'm going to do this, that, and third. When you take it from a feelings-based approach, when you go to feelings, that's where the problem lies. Because now your temperature is predicated on how you feel in the current moment.
Not the same way.
How you feel in the current moment. You forget about all of the logical things that are around as to why you should feel comforted in your situation.
That is a human thing.
But you get into the feelings of it's a human thing, but
y'all act like men ain't got feelings. Men have just as many feelings as women.
I'd argue a man's base is not feelings. A man's base is logic. He should be an architecture. He should be an architect of analytics, data, and logic. That's a man's base.
That only goes so far.
The dudes that you might bang with, they might be more emotionally based, but I don't feel like a real man sits well within being focused on emotion.
A real man has balance. He's able to balance both logic and emotion and operate as such.
No, so I think like a real man understands and operates with more logic as opposed to emotion. He hears and understands inputs and then makes decisions, logic-based decisions, in order to move a platoon forward.
I think you're absolutely insane if you think men always make logical decisions.
I'm saying they should.
Okay.
I'm not saying that they do.
Okay, well, as long as we're clear, that's not what they always do. Because y'all move out of emotion just like women do.
But if you say y'all, you're not talking about the alphas that are subscribed to this channel.
I'm talking about everybody, because I'm talking about everybody, because at the end of the day, even alphas, they probably move out of emotion sometimes too. They ain't gonna admit that because they in their alpha mode, whatever. But I'm sure some of them move out of emotion, and that might be the reason why they act like that now. But listen.
But I want to take it from the perspective, and there's a difference between dudes that y'all might bang with that are emotional and trash at heart.
There's people.
These are the ones that shame y'all for how y'all move. Like, these are the ones. Like, I understand. I have an understanding of how life, like the true meaning of life, my true purpose in life. I have a real understanding of what's important in life, and I can communicate that to those that are young men that are younger than me. And I've dedicated a component of my life to be able to do that, because I feel like it's so important, and there's so much bullshit out here that leads us astray as to what is the real way that a man should move. And I feel like I count myself, like, you know, what's crazy is, I know you don't want to get into it, but we talked about all that privilege discussion earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Here's why I'm privileged, right? Like, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I got a specific comment on my channel, and I'm probably going to post it in my community tab. Here's why I'm privileged. And if someone was talking about that they feel like I'm privileged, it's a long ass comment. I can't get into it all. Here's how I'm privileged. My pops raised me. And my pops was a real man, is a real man. And he taught me things that, like, and sat me down and just drilled certain things into my mind that I take with me to this day. Right. Like, and as I thought about that privilege comment, I am privileged because I had him in my life. I had him in my life to help me. And it's crazy because I didn't appreciate it as it was happening.
Because men need that male figure.
They need it.
It's a critical component. And this is not taking anything from single mothers, but no matter how much you do, in my opinion, I think a man or a boy in that case still needs a critical male role model.
Absolutely.
I only know about being a woman. I have not been a man, so I don't know the things that men go through. I don't know the struggles that men experience, but other men do. So even if it's not your father, whether it's a grandfather, an uncle, or somebody who's going to take you under their wing, a father figure, I think it's critical. It's more than underneath your wing. I needed that daily reinforcement. I needed a daily reinforcement that led by example. I think it's something to be said that you see it. Like, I've had uncles, and I still got uncles in my life, and I see how they move, this, that, and the third. But my pops, I would see it each and every day. He moved away each and every day, and like when he walks into a room, people just and respect. And it's something about that like being able to see that, you know what I mean? Like it was incredible. Like, so I am privileged because I've experienced that, and I've seen that. And this is someone who is still alive in my life, and I talk to him damn near every day. Right. So I am privileged because I had that. So it helped me move forward with women. It helps me move forward in my career. And my pops is a school teacher. My pops is a music school teacher. We have very humble beginnings. It was just me and him, right? But I was able to do things, and he still looks back towards me, and what he says to me is, you're a better version of myself at the exact same age. And it's an incredible thing for him. I feel like that is more incredible for him than it is for me. For me to have that, it's been
I am privileged because I've had that, because I know so many people that look like me have never had that experience.
They're positive.
Yeah.
No,
My bad. Yo, the comments, I'm over here going on a goddamn diatribe. You gotta tap me on the leg when I start going off.
Listen,
like that,
I just let you have your little vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, my bad.
I just want y'all to know that we start out with one topic.
Yo, listen, y'all, open up your phone. Is your phone dead?
No, it's not dead. We were supposed to talk about Tank.
Part of the problem stems from men not making decisions with their values. Many men may make relationship decisions based off of looks. So some women don't think they have to be anything but attractive.
Ooh, he's telling hella truth.
I love Brandon.
You here with the hella truth, and I appreciate you, my brother, because I hear this consistently. They be like, "Oh, she look good. She looks good, but what else would she bring to the table? Can she raise your kids? Can she help you make some money? Can she do anything other than look good? Because if she cannot, you know, like it's not the move." But I think a lot of men, they'd be like, "She's attractive," and they get in relationships with women who are nothing else but attractive, and then they wonder why the relationship doesn't work out. Because you went into it thinking with your other head. You got to think with both of them. Be smart.
Yeah, but there's nothing like finding both. Like a both hand.
There is nothing like that. But a lot of people don't. They find one head and they have to with the other head. And
you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Like I feel like as I've gone up in education, I've met less attractive women. Like I feel like there's like a core. I'm sorry. I feel like there's a correlation.
I ain't talking about you.
I
I was like, okay, I know I'm fine. Shit.
But I feel like there's a correlation, and you got fans on the channel too. I feel like there's a correlation between the increase of education and the relative attractiveness as you increase.
That's a lie. I know something.
You don't think that's true?
Well, I don't know, because I'm not looking to date no woman. I'm only looking at men. But I will say,
well, that's what I'm saying. It's not a man thing.
But I know some. Like
but think about the women.
I have some great friends. Very educated. Very attractive.
Well, let's go and get them on the channel.
Go ahead. Good luck.
They're not trying to roll through?
So, I don't know. They might not be with your agenda.
What is my agenda?
I'm just saying, you like the AMS videos and whatnot, they might not be with that. They might not agree.
Well,
I'm not saying that's your agenda, but I'm just saying the type of content that's produced on your channel, they might be like, okay, I don't know, I don't agree with that.
Well, that's perfect, because you need people to come out here that don't agree.
Yeah, but some people that don't agree don't want to be a part. They be like, I'm gonna let you be over there doing that bullshit, but I don't want to be a part of the bullshit.
Well, it's usually because they like their own reality. They don't want to consider anyone else's opinion besides
everyone likes their own reality.
No, but see, listen, I appreciate you coming up here, and we did an AMS video. I haven't posted it yet.
Yeah,
I've been busy, guys. It's already edited. I haven't posted it yet. But you did it, and you said your truth. And I feel like people that are unwilling, like I'll go on anyone else's channel and talk about anything.
I mean, I'm always hold my own. Like at the end of the day, I'm opinionated. I got an opinion. I'm gonna say,
and your friends are opinionated too. I'm
gonna say how I feel. But I also am open to hearing what people think. Like I don't get worked up. Like, you ain't gotta agree with me.
Black Divinity, that's great, man. I never had anything like that in my life, but I understand the importance of balance now that I'm older. Appreciate that, Black Divinity.
For sure.
Appreciate that.
Black kings raising black kings.
Hey, when kings unite, hashtag. Boys also have to be taught the true nature of women. Women won't do it. And older guys have failed younger guys. They still won't tell the truth of a woman's nature.
They might not have experienced the truth of a woman's nature to tell.
What do you think a woman's nature is?
I think every woman is different. So I feel like a woman's nature is different depending on the woman. There are different types of women. I'm always going to default to that, because I was like, I don't want to get on here acting like I'm every woman, because I'm not. Every woman doesn't think like me, doesn't have share the same opinions as me. And so I'm not going to speak for all women. I'm going to speak for me. Okay.
I hope Shorty ain't driving home.
Listen, I'm Gucci, and if I need to stay, he knows that I can stay here. Facts. Don't try to scratch your head like you don't know that.
You listen. You can lay yourself on the couch, but no.
I didn't say I was getting in your bed. I said I was staying here.
Don't be angry if you see some vagina come through.
Listen, you ain't my penis, so it don't matter.
Oh, you're cool. Aha!
Aha!
Let me give you the Mickey Mouse laugh.
Aha!
Listen, I gotta go back towards the bottom. $5 super chat. Chris Z, my man, Mediocre Tutorials and Reviews. Have you received any requests to do a reaction to either Ron Willis, Todd Valentine, or MJ Get Right? Yes, I have an MJ Get Right video already edited. I'm telling you, it's already sitting in my YouTube as unlisted. I'm gonna post it as soon as possible. Just to give you a quick preview, the MJ Get Right one, I don't know if it was the video that I picked. I wasn't pleased. I'll keep it there right now. Wait till the video comes up. Ron Willis or Todd Valentine, those names don't look familiar to me, my G. They don't look familiar to me. Feel free, mediocre tutorials and reviews at gmail.com. Feel free to hit me up over there. No, ain't no one texting you. Give me this shit.
Get out my business. Yeah.
Feel free to text me up over there. If you have like video, like don't just give me the name of someone to react to. Give me a specific video that you want to react to. I'm more likely to react to videos that are like maybe 10 to 15 minutes in length, because if it's a 40-minute video, I'm probably not gonna do it because it's gonna be like a 3-hour video of me reacting. At least in the way that I react to videos today. But appreciate the $4.99 super chat, Chris Z, my man. All right. Oh shit, Anthony Golson. Another $5 super chat. Beautiful women don't need to be smart. Tom Leakus. I haven't seen that name before. Leakus? I don't know who that is. That must be a quote. Beautiful women don't need to be smart. I mean,
I can't relate. I'm beautiful and smart, so I can't relate. I think it depends on what the man is looking for. I feel like a lot of men, they be like, I want a beautiful woman, but then when they kind of she's a box of rocks, they're not that impressed.
I hate that.
I feel like women should not be like, oh, I can just do X because I'm pretty. That pretty don't get you so far. It can get you a long way. I'm not gonna lie, but I've always aspired to be more than pretty, like, because I might not always like this. Anything can happen to me where I don't like this anymore, and so I need to have something else to bring to the table. Looks fade, mind and smarts doesn't. I'm gonna get sharper with time.
Pip cheerio, $2 super chat. Hello, log off, y'all drunk. Come back soon, Niyah. I ain't drunk.
I'm not drunk, but I'll be back soon, girl.
I'm tipping a little bit. Anthony Golson, what are you rich, my G? $5 super chat from Anthony Golson.
He said he was the original.
Oh, I'm gonna add that to my list. I'm gonna add that to my list of reactions.
So let's do another topic before we hop off this joint.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Like this whole MGTOW shit, like it'll get you banned.
What is MGTOW?
It stands for men going their own way. I think Pip Cheerio had a completely.
I did see her
definition from it.
I don't know what MGTOW is.
I think it was a completely other definition of it. Anthony Golson, you rich motherfucker. Listen, I wholly appreciate the support from everybody in the chat. It like this shit is so isolated. Soul, I still see that you're in here. Anthony Golson, I still see that you're in here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. As you guys can see, if you look at my last chats, look at the camera that I'm currently recording on right now. It's completely different. So I've been trying to step up. I'm reinvesting the monies to up the quality of the channel. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to do all those things. I'm also been thinking about multiple camera setups to do conversations with more than just two people. So I've been thinking about that. So, you know, and within all that, I got to buy new camera, new lighting, new microphone. You know what I mean? So it goes into that. So I'm reinvesting in the channel. So I appreciate the support wholeheartedly. Oh, I thought you had something to say.
Maybe you are drunk.
I am a little bit. I'm in. Anthony Golson again.
Back at it with the dollars.
Look up Tom Lakers. Listen, $10 super chat. I appreciate you, my G. I'm adding that. That's gonna be the next video. We should react to that shit like tonight. Okay. I mean, like after we end the live stream, let's react to Tom.
Okay.
Because like
talking about.
I mean, listen, all the super chats, I gotta show love and respect. You know what I'm saying? Yo. Listen, you want to talk about a quick topic real quick before we sign off? Because like,
get on the tank.
All right, listen, it's about to be 2 hours.
You want to get on the tank. We still got 60-something viewers. We good. You know what I'm saying? The people are entertained.
Are y'all entertained? Put a 1 down in the chat right now. Put a 1 down in the chat just to make sure there's no just bots just chilling up here right now. You know what I'm saying? If y'all still in here, just put a 1 in the chat. Oh. so y'all not gonna put no 1s down. Y'all not really fooling with it, so that's why. This all the way down. I may not have it all the way down. Yeah, got it all the way down. It just might be just bots. It might just be people who just left on there.
Nah, but we went from we had 62 a minute ago, and now we had 64, 65. People listening. They still.
Here we go. Hey. Oh, you know what? It's a delay. I think it's a delay. Oh shit! Shit! Oh, that's crazy.
That's lit. Thanks, guys.
Oh shit!
Appreciate you. We're gonna keep going.
Yeah. We're gonna keep going. That's okay. You know what it is? It's we're using StreamYard, so there's a delay. There's a delay between the StreamYard application and then what probably is happening on YouTube. So I'm like, damn, there's no one in this bitch. It's just bots in this bitch. All right, cool. You want to talk about something?
So you want to do the tank? That's what you had said you wanted to do.
Yo,
something else.
Did y'all hear the tank situation?
So let me go ahead and drop y'all a little tea. Get your little kettles ready for your cup.
Pour it up.
So Tank was recently on Angela Yee's podcast, Lip Service, and he made some comments to the effect of like, okay, if you suck a dick twice, you are not gay. You tried it once, you're like, I'm not sure how I felt about it, so I'm gonna try it again. I thought these comments were wild. I should also start by saying that Tank has also said in the past that he like getting his salad tossed. So I think he might be a bi-curious man. Whether he's going to admit that to the public, I don't know. But
here's the thing. I don't know anything about no salad toss comments, so I can't even enter that into the description. Okay, I feel like are we getting Tank comments?
Yeah, y'all, they commenting. That was insane. Everybody's saying he gay.
Hey, gay.
And I just want to go on record. I don't have a problem with gay people. I have several gay friends, and I fuck with them.
Listen,
male and female.
Here's what I think happened. I think, like if you think about what he said a minute before and a minute after the initial statement, I think that he got himself caught up. I don't think that he's gay. I think what happened was that if you listen to the minute before, he was leading Angela Yee through these logical statements. If then that.
No, I understand what he was doing. And now,
so then all he had to do is at the point when she asked that specific question was to say,
hell nah.
I'm not with all that.
And he did not.
He didn't. He just went forward with the logic because, dudes are way more logical thinkers. So he's just trying to logically put everying together.
No. It wasn't no logic.
So, but at that point, he should have said it doesn't apply.
But in that situation, I feel like because, and I feel like just considering that he had already said that he like his salad toss and that comment, when you add them two together, he seems quite curious. Nothing wrong per se with that. I mean, that's your prerogative. But I feel like and when he said it, he was like, it's like eating chicken. I was like, you might not try it once you don't like it. And I was like, you try it twice, you might be like, it's good. Like, that's not the same. It's not. Like, at any point, if you get down on your knees to suck another man's dick, you're there. You're there.
You're gay. Yeah, he
exactly.
should.
So when he said you got to do it twice to determine if you like it. I was like, if you do it once, you thought about it enough to got you to that point. If you do it twice, you motherfucking liked it. That might be the Crown talking, but you like.
I want you to drink more Crown. Salud, my G. Tank is a hetero-flexible ass MF. He said Tank is hetero-flexible.
I was just like, yo, fam is wild. So, I had this conversation with this. I had a conversation about this with someone who I know is bisexual. And so we talked about this in terms of like, what does this mean? And like the bias from one side to another. And so we talked about like, you know, girls get a lot of hype I think from other women and from men about girl on girl action. No one is questioning per se if you are gay, if you do girl on action. I think both sexes to a certain degree might be turned on by the girl on action. But that's not the same with male on male action. Like there's an averseness to that action. So with that being said, I was like, I think, you know, the person was saying that they think that there is a double standard. I said, and maybe there is. I said, but there's a double standard on both genders. Because both genders are like, girl on girl is like, like I don't feel away about it. But if you think we say man on man, there's automatically like, ew, that's gross, that's disgusting. Like people have an adverse reaction after what they don't have a adverse reaction to women on women. Because as a man, you'd be like, she wouldn't invite another female to the bedroom. You gotta be like, all right, well, shit, bring her on, bring your friend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but what I'm saying is like, it's interesting the different reactions you have. And I was just like, I was like, I mean, that's true. I said, but the bias is the same for both genders. Both genders feel a way about that. So like, it's
it's not.
No, I'm saying both genders feel like girl on girl. They don't view that as like it's not viewed the same way as both genders view men on men.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so we're agreeing.
Yeah.
It's not, but you understand why.
I mean, I'm not gonna start getting into the understanding of why, but I mean, I know personally, like, there's nothing about two men I would be like, oh yeah, I'm turned on by that. I'm also not a person that gets turned on by two women, but I think two women is very much more socially acceptable than two men.
Yep. So
that's all I'm saying. But I do feel like it was a little bit suspect on Tank's part to be like, if you do it once, you don't know, you have to try it twice. Like, I don't think if you try it twice, you liked it the first time to do it again. Period.
Yeah, I cannot disagree with you. Anthony Golson, what state y'all in? We're in Ohio currently. Nah, he's gay. I don't know if he's gay. What I think, like, he might have tried a couple of things.
He's bi-curious.
I think so. Because I feel like, what up, Toledo? Anthony Golson. He said you're from Toledo.
I grew up in Toledo. Yes. What up, Anthony?
You might know Anthony.
T-Town, stay down. 419 and it's big.
Hey, you might know Anthony.
I don't know Anthony.
You don't know Anthony Golson?
Anthony, you don't know me either. Listen, you see this name? Forget that.
Hey, where y'all from? Where y'all from? Put that down in the chat.
Hey, D-Town, stay down. 31
What up, Cincy?
What up, though?
What up, D-Town?
What up, though?
Listen, Detroit got him, Detroit got him, yo.
What up, though?
They just look good. And you talk to them, you're like, oh, God, not another one.
Niggas be lying.
Went to Woodward 87. Pastor Gabe, react to my last videos. Good biblical.
Oh, you went to 80. Oh, yeah, you were older than you graduated in 87? Sheesh, my G, I wasn't even born then.
Merlin, what up?
You and Dude, shout out to my Baltimore joints.
Jers, the guy PD. What up, Jers? Listen, the only reason why I said where we're at right now, I typically stay away from it on my channel is because, like, so I'll be honest, guys, like, I've been recognized 4 or 5 times since I started this channel in my own city, which tells me that YouTube probably has whatever it is in their algorithm has to be some like geographical category. Like I feel like they definitely hold you within your own geography for some, because there's no other reason why I like literally like 4 or 5 times I've had people walk up to me like mediocre, like legit, and it's been one of the weirdest things.
I had somebody come to me about being on your channel, and it was like, "Oh yeah, I see you on the YouTube channel." First of all, you ain't never seen me. You don't know me. Back up, because I don't on here. I'm just I'm chilling, but I mean I'm known for a lot of other things, and I feel like it's weird. When people come to me, they be like, they be like, "Oh, I know you from so and so," and I be like, "You watched the video, you don't know me."
You don't know me. All right, JT Cavett, he's in Kentucky.
Oh, you out stick? You north side, north of nothing. What up though?
D-Town, Jonathan, stand up. Motor City, stand up.
A real Detroit player on this joint.
Listen, Black Divinity 513, Cincy. I've been
Natty.
to Cincy. I've been to Nasty Natty. Like I know, I've been to Nasty Natty. Like what? Do they still call it that? Is that still cool?
I don't know if it's cool, but they
Is that young kids say that?
So you gonna tell me that you old?
No, because you're young. Because you're young.
But you told them that you was old. Pastor
Gabe, react to my last good biblical knowledge on female nature. Write that down, so we can write that down right there. Put that goddamn cup down.
Didn't you just say you want to drink my crown? Now you batting my cup is up. Now you can just chill out.
Yo, you can't be bi-curious for 5 years. That's a strong point, Michael. You're making strong points, sir. Mike, strong points. Okay. I love Brandon Toledo. See, this is what I'm talking about. You see, even the people that I'm talking to right now, see how much of the Midwest is coming out? We got Cincinnati, Detroit, Michigan. Like, there's something going on here with YouTube. There's some type of geographical thing going on in the algorithm. Like, I feel like when I go back home to New York, I gotta post a bunch of fucking videos so that maybe I can take advantage of the Northeast algorithm.
But everybody is posting in New York though. Like YouTube is a big
but like look at all the people that's following me. These are a lot of Midwest people. That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, maybe.
There's something to be said about Houston. Yo, one of my best friends used to live in Houston. I went down there. I love Houston. There was no such thing as bi-curious. You're just saying bisexual. Y'all just lying to yourself.
So I think people are bi-curious, but I also think it's greedy. Like, you gotta have everybody. That's greedy. I'm being greedy.
Maryland. Oh, we got another.
He said Baltimore, Maryland. Whoa.
That's how they talk, yo.
But Baltimore was like the modern.
I'm born in '87. Anthony, I'm older than you, my G. I'm older than you. Yo, he said he's in Houston. Yo, Houston is fucking love. I love Houston.
Vacay.
I love Dallas. I love Houston. What, you want to click on something?
He's on vacay.
Oh, he's on vacay. No, because he said he's from Jersey.
Yeah, he's from
Jersey.
He's on vacay. The six, young Isaac King from the six.
Oh, he's from Toronto.
This guy.
Listen, I love Toronto. You may not have been here earlier when I was talking about.
He thought he was from Virginia.
I was talking about Toronto. Who said that?
Anthony Costa said he thought he was from Virginia.
Nah, I'm from New York.
I'm
just living here. You know what I mean? Watching from France.
What? That's wild.
That's so crazy.
Bonjour.
What up, Harlem? Yo, when's the last time you been to Harlem?
I was in Harlem in July. I'm going to New York this month.
Hey, Ritter, hit up Niyah. Email me.
BK, what it do?
I live in Atlanta, but I'm from Toledo. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Anthony,
there's something.
You probably know some people that I know, but we're gonna keep this cute because we're gonna watch.
I live in Atlanta.
He's from Toledo.
Anthony, what's up, bro? You know what I mean? Solo TV. $5 from Solo TV 84. Don't sleep on Patreon, bro. Cough, cough. Yo, listen, bro. Yeah, I am sleeping. I've had like subscribers like give me a nudge as well, like Michael Bennett. And then I went back and I started to strategize off of what Patreon is? Mm-mm. It's like a subscription-based service where you can upload additional content and people pay a subscription fee to get like access to additional content. So I have been sleeping on it. I appreciate the nudge too, my G. I just haven't found enough time to structure it the way that I want. But I think like
if we did a show, like a consistent show, this would require a lot more work on that. But if we did a consistent show, like weekly, bi-weekly, I feel like Patreon would be a very good lick.
That's what I'm saying. Like a live stream.
We would have to do a show. It would be like a podcast.
But it's not even a show. Like you could do things like access to my private Instagram account where you guys can have one-on-one.
When they had a private Instagram, you know what that is. People had a private Instagram. Do you remember when a friend of ours had a private Instagram? You was following it. It was the news Instagram.
Yeah. That's not what the fuck I'm talking about, though. I'm just saying
when I think of private Instagram, that's because
I want you to not think about that. I want you to think a little more practically. Okay. I'm thinking like a private Instagram where I can have one-on-one contact with subscribers, right? Like we could talk about shit. They can see way more of my lifestyle because
good night. Listen,
you know what the thing is too?
This crown, I have to get lifestyle so lit, y'all.
I have so much content of trips that I've taken. Like you guys already know. Like I've been over Europe trip. I've been all over Europe. I've been to Thailand. Like I've been all over. Like I have so much video. Like I can make a Patreon tier of like just like content of like where I'm at, where I'm going. Because there's a lot of shit that like I won't upload. Like I won't upload to this shit because like I feel like I made a show based off of this. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate. What we doing here? What we going
down?
So again, Solo, appreciate the super chat. I might email you and like ask you for like your thoughts on the tiers that I'm making. But I'm thinking like I might throw it up and just the $1 tier, if folks are supporting, throw that up, and then just like see that you get thoughts on the others. Solo TV, Golson, Kick live in Texas. The black woman mad at my last interview. LOL, she big mad. Wait, are you talking about Miss Billy? Is Miss Billy mad? We should do a reaction to Solo's video. He recently was doing a video and he was talking about a whole bunch of topics with these women in Minneapolis, which was where he lives at. We should do a reaction to the things that they're saying.
So I need you to start right now a to-do list of all the videos.
Right, that's what the pen and the paper for.
I wrote down what you boys be doing, but you said you want me on 2 separate videos.
Come on, I need you. I need you.
What's it? What was it? What was the video?
Solo TV 84. Add me on IG. Solo, what's your IG, my G?
Solo V84. Oh wait.
Is it Solo TV 84?
No, it's my bad. Oh yeah, Solo TV 84.
So the thing is, I don't really have an IG for the channel. Like I have an IG.
That's what shit great. Not your personal shit. Don't let niggas get on that.
You don't think so, right?
Hell no.
You gotta keep it separate.
Yeah, separate. Because I'm like, first of all, because if you want to post just like regular everyday shit, you don't want random people you don't know from across the country in your business.
Yeah, but like, yeah. I mean, it's a point.
Like I would be like,
yeah, but like Solo is another content creator. Like it's a little bit different.
So let me say this: I wouldn't have my IG for everybody. But if you feel like you and him got some type of connect, then I'll be like, okay, like we connect enough where I feel comfortable with you on my personal page.
Yeah. No, I feel you. So the thing is, guys, is and I've talked about this a little bit before on the channel. Solo, invite you away. I've talked about this a little bit on the channel, and the thing is like, you guys have to understand, like, you know, so the difference between like me and an AMS and Stuff is Cold is that I work for people, right? So like AMS can say whatever he wants. Steph is Cold can say whatever he wants.
No accountability.
No account. You know, they're their own accountability. So, when I get into these conversations and they're like salacious topics from time to time, is I have to be mindful of offending people that might see it that work tangentially to me. So like that's something I have to keep in mind of. So like my content is scrubbed for things that might overly offend people. You know what I'm saying? So like I have to keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? So like if I let my contact be out there, that's why like I'm just like, yo, my name is not XYZ, my name is mediocre. If I let that content be out there, I just have to be mindful of
that's also why y'all only know my first name.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like it's I try to make sure like there's a relative distance between what I upload and then also what about, right, like the other side.
I will say I also don't say anything that I wouldn't be comfortable with being further out there. I think when I get on YouTube and I get on this channel, like I have opinions, and my opinions for the most part are respectful, and for the most part are, not a whole bunch of crazy like off the wall type stuff. It's just I'm a professional. Like I have a day job, I have aspirations and goals, and I wouldn't want YouTube, which I do for fun, to interfere with real life stuff. So I don't say anything on here that I wouldn't be comfortable saying to somebody's face. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like.
That's real.
I have opinions, and so I express those opinions in private circles for the most part. But y'all get on here, y'all can see a different side. But I try to be honest, but honest with the conscious of you got real life shit going on, and be mindful of that.
That's real. Yo, so Anthony wants us to talk about Nick Cannon never getting married again. So I'll be honest, guys. I don't fuck with pop culture.
I want you to know your pen is weak as fuck.
I don't know what Nick Cannon said. Like, and that's the thing is like when I did the Black Ram podcast or live stream, he sent me topics that we were going to talk about, and I had to go look at all of them. Like I didn't know that Pharrell was in a dress. Right, like I didn't know that on GQ magazine. Did you see that?
I saw
this motherfucker was in a dress. I had to go look at it and research it and see that he was in a dress. Like I had no idea. Like I didn't know that. What's the other thing that we went over? Oh, Kanye told his
not to have sex. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I did see that, but I feel like.
But let me just say before you get into how you feel. So send me these requests and I'll do videos on it. So, and I'll go and do the due diligence to understand the situation. But you guys understand, normally, I don't watch TV. I don't even watch sports.
And I thought that was really weird, guys. As a female that loves sports, I was just like, he doesn't watch sports. Like, that's so weird.
I don't watch it. You know why?
Everyone's not into it. Everybody's not into it. And I think knowing your views on consumerism, it makes sense why you don't watch sports. But I really love sports. From just like growing up, watching my brother play sports and like really enjoying that. It just,
yeah, I don't, you know why? I think like it's weird to me to just, right, like, here's what it is. I did martial arts as a child, so I like martial arts. I like to watch martial arts because I have an appreciation for what's happening. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, I never played. I was a small kid. I didn't get big till like late, like deep in high school. You know what I'm saying? So like I didn't get big till then. So like I didn't play contact sports. I ran track, right? Like I didn't do basketball. I didn't do football. I was good. I was fast, but I didn't get fast till I started to grow. I was a super late bloomer. I was 5'3" when I started high school. I was 5'3".
Nigga, you had a major growth spurt.
I had a
major. You a solid 6'1", 6'2" now.
I'm like 6'2", almost 6'3".
All right, I gotta tell you a secret real quick.
What? You got pissed? You gotta take a shit? No. You little shitter. No. You gotta take a shit? No. You big shitter.
No, I have to pee though. And I was like, I'm about to dip so I could pee.
Go pee. I'll talk to them real quick.
Okay. Entertain them while I'm away.
You gonna piss out straight liquor. Yeah, I was a super late bloomer. Riddick, what part of New York City? I'm not from New York City. I'm from Long Island. I'm from Long Island, New York. I grew up in Hempstead, Long Island. My family's still there. When I go back, when I say I'm going back home, I'm going back to Long Island. You know what I'm saying? Which is interesting. Like, you know, it's funny. Like in Ohio, you start talking about like where you from, and they don't hear a borough. They're like, oh, you're not from New York. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm from Hempstead, Long Island. Like, if you know where Hofstra's at, I grew up like around that area, like Roosevelt Field, like around that area. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. What else? What else, you guys? Yeah. Hempstead, yeah. Hempstead is one of those places like back in the 70s, it was 100% like white people. And then they had what was called the white flight, and then it became 100% black people in the 90s. And then the gang started to infiltrate. So there was a heavy blood and heavy Crip influence within Hempstead at the time. Nowadays, Hempstead is like 80 something percent Hispanic, which has definitely changed the dynamic of the city. Like in each of those three stages, I grew up when there was nothing but black people in the city. You know what I'm saying? So it's like interesting because, you know, when you think of Long Island, people typically think of, you know, the Hamptons and shit like that. Where like all this money and all this, that, and the third, like all the taxes. Like Hempstead has taxes for sure, but it's not necessarily like a rich area. It's not, but it's definitely the suburbs. It's not Brooklyn. There's components of Queens within Long Island and where I live at in Hempstead, because I'm like 15 minutes away from like Queens, right? Like the tip of Queens. But it's not like super urban. It's not tall ass buildings everywhere. Like I grew up with the lawn, right? I grew up with a backyard and a lawn. So I grew up in the suburbs, but it's the New York suburbs. So it's not like right now I live in Ohio. It's not the Ohio suburbs. It's way different. It's way different. It's like you're in the suburbs, but there's city influences all around. You know what I mean? Let me go back and see. How do you get the live stream so clear? Ebonix 33. I appreciate the question, my G. It's the camera. So it's the I'm gonna do a whole video on this. It's the camera. It's a DSLR camera, but I had to figure this all out. It's the actual hookup that I have. So it's the camera that I'm using, and I thought the camera that I'm using that I do photography with, that I couldn't live stream with this camera. I know I can do photography with it and I can record videos. What I didn't know is that you can actually, my bad, is that you can actually live stream with this camera. So I just did my research and I figured out how to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I figured out how to do it. So I use this converter. It's called a cam link. I hooked that from the camera into the computer. And then I'm on StreamYard right now. So it's clear as fuck, ain't it? Like this is the same camera that I use to actually record videos. You know what I mean? So but I'm probably would do an entire video. If you have additional questions, feel free to hit me up, because at any point that you motherfuckers want to record your own videos and I can subscribe to y'all let me know. I can show you the whole thing on how to do this. You know what I'm saying? But I do have a video on my channel right now that goes through all of my hardware. Okay, so feel free to go check out that video. Did your third leg what the fuck? Did your third leg grow after your growth spurt? No homo. This is not a question I'm going to answer. I don't.
Let's go to them before that.
I feel disrespected.
Oh, she wants to finish this. He was wanting us to finish the series that we were doing the show. How many?
Oh yeah. We should finish that. Listen, Lamar, there's no reason why we're not finishing that besides we just been busy. That's really it. KD, Long Island is not New York. It's kind of the suburbs. Yeah, it's definitely the suburbs. It's not East New York at all. It's not Manhattan. Like I get it.
It's not mainland New York.
It's not mainland. It's the super suburbs. Same with my dad's area in East St. Louis, major white flight in the late 70s, and then boom, drugs. And yeah, it's the same thing within the period of Hempstead that I grew up at.
Got some money.
Super chat. 199 from Quiz Z. When's the last time you had to punch somebody? I can answer this. When's the last time you ever punched somebody?
It's been a minute. I ain't had to do that in a while.
Okay, the last fight that I got into.
Oh. I just thought about this shit. It wasn't a fight, but I almost escalated.
I'm gonna go through the story and then we're gonna wrap up.
Do you know what you know? Do you know such a type of I escalated?
What?
In the elevator, you had the elevator situation when we was leaving a certain person's apartment.
That was a couple of years ago. Listen,
yeah, it was a minute ago, but I was saying it wasn't an actual fight, but it was escalating.
Yeah, but like that shit is a dime a dozen. That shit happened. Used to happen to me all the time before I started to like get more focused on my purpose.
Oh, so he was always fighting. He was a little fighter.
I don't fight. What it is that like dudes will test, and you have to let them know that it's not something that they should do. Shameless plug. Me and my partner are shooting our first episode of our podcast, the Weekly Tech Wrap Up. Maybe we can have you on. Absolutely, Michael. Send me a fucking email. Send me an email. Give me a time and a fucking date. Listen, I bang with the tech shit way more than this dating shit. Way the fuck more. Way more. Send me a goddamn email. The problem is that if I upload videos regarding tech, no one clicks on it. If I upload videos regarding financial health and wellness and purpose in life, no one watches it.
I was gonna say, you always got me over talking about some dating shit. Even the shit that I can talk about other shit other than dating shit, but yeah.
I know you can. I know you can. Can you interview AMS? I'll be honest with you. I don't even know if AMS even knows I exist. So like, I don't even know like how to.
Shit. All these videos, all the reaction you need to put some respect in your name. Period.
Perhaps, I don't know. I don't.
It's not about that, but still, it would be dope.
So I
don't know how many reactions you've done to his videos.
Yeah, no, it definitely would be dope. I actually was in his live stream not too long ago, and I donated $100 to him, and then wrote a note to him. You know what I'm saying? And he read it real quick. I actually was recording the session. I was thinking about uploading it to my channel, but like I felt like he just same thing, similar. Like he saw the comment late because he has so many comments that happen at any given time. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, I think it'd be a dope interview. And actually, when I was talking to Black Ram, because Black Ram was one of the first dudes that interviewed AMS when he was coming up through the circuit, and then Black Ram was like, "Yeah, man, I could definitely see if he'd be interested. You know what I mean? To whenever he has AMS on and do a live stream, you can come on, you can talk to him. Yada yada yada. I think that would probably be a dope opportunity as well. But until then, I'm gonna keep on reacting to his stuff with guests. Any advice on IT careers? Are you asking me or Mr. Bennett? I can give you some advice. I'm in IT right now. My organization actually just moved. It's getting crazy out there.
Very. I was just like, yo, what's going on?
Yeah, it's getting crazy out there. All right, listen. 2 more minutes and we're gonna wrap up.
Listen, I've been good on the wrap up. They out here asking questions for you.
Okay. Any advice on IT careers? Listen, get certifications. Here's the thing. I'm not sold if you want an IT career that you need a degree. I'm not sure. I'm not sold on it. If you want to be a developer, I don't think all you have to do is just show that you're a master developer. So my question is IT is so encompassing of a bunch of different things. What are you interested in? Are you interested in development? Are you interested in security and attack penetration? Are you interested in servers and infrastructure and operations? Like, what are you interested in? Like, I'd start there because there's so many different components of it, because I don't want to say, yo, go do this, and then it's not something that you're even interested in. You see what I'm saying? So Leo says, learn Python. Yeah, maybe. Or Java, right? Or C#. I don't know. It just depends what it is that you want to do, right? Do you want to develop video games, right? Like Do you want to be a requirements analyst for a financial services firm? Like, there's so many different avenues to answer that question. Is that like, I need more information on what you're interested in to answer that question.
Sure.
That'd be a good interview. You put a lot of people, including myself, on the AMS content. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully I do. Hopefully I put you on other content as well. I try to do an AMS video like once every other week or something like that. But I'm doing other videos as well. I would suggest you check out those other videos as well. Farah, thank you very much for the comment. AMS putting marriage out of business. Yeah, he is. He's making motherfuckers wake the fuck up. Can't disagree with that.
I don't know if he made people wake up or if he leading them down the wrong path. He doing something though.
Well, why do you think it's the wrong path when it's 50% of people that get divorced?
But it's not about. I don't think AMS is putting marriage. He's putting. It feels like he's putting relationships in general out of business. Like he wants y'all to be single because the way he talk is like he want to be single forever, or he is single and he ain't getting no. The way he talks, like he ain't getting none. He ain't got none in a minute.
No. It sounds like he's not gonna get married ever.
But you don't have to. But I feel like sometimes the way that he comes across, it comes across like he's an incel. Like
I don't think so.
That's your opinion. I think
he's not celibate.
You don't.
What an incel means that he don't get butt.
But sometimes that's the way he comes across. Is that that's the way he comes across. Sometimes he's a little bitter about some certain things about his dealings with women. But
why?
That's the way he comes across. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to have one.
So
you're allowed to have one.
Anyone that has a different opinion than I want a relationship and I want to get married is not an incel.
No, I'm not saying that.
Opinion about life.
I'm not saying that. There are people that have different opinions about relationships and
so
want
what
to be married.
Specifically
but I feel like the way
AMS and the way that he talks makes you think incel.
I feel like the way that he talks about relationships, the way that he talks about women, all of it is very degrading. Like he has something against women. I'm not saying that there are certain things from a thought process that he may not be like, okay, like I can see why he thinks that way, but he just has to seem to have like a very, very despicable view of women. And I just be like, you're not getting that? What is it? What's wrong? Tell me. Let's talk about it.
Michael Bennett. Yo, Michael, if you can just send me an email, my G, and make it a lot easier for me. I a little bit drunk right now.
Tell the truth.
The last year with Black Ram was, I appreciate that, Reddit. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I was a little bit nervous going into that. But at the end of the day, like I really appreciated him allowing me to be on his platform. Lamar, you had a story to tell. I don't know what that story was. Please remind me. I don't remember. What is your advice to someone?
You gotta do a separate video.
Help desk to try to become system admin.
You gotta do a video separate.
Of like jobs?
Maybe on IT, because I feel like people are interested in that.
I absolutely would do
IT is a booming field right now, so I feel like
it's mega booming.
But I also feel like have gotten enough of our live stream.
Listen, to become a tier 2 help desk, to become a system administrator. What do you mean by system administrator? So help define that. Send me an email. Define what you mean by system administrator, and let me understand what it is that you mean. Because there's so many. I'm gonna do a whole show on what I do and the roles that are in and around me. Because the field that I am in is super popping, and it pays really well. It pays really well. I'm gonna do an entire video on all of that shit. I want to share. There's nothing that I have in here that I don't want to give to y'all. Like nothing. I want to put it all out on the table. I want to let y'all know exactly like how I've done it, how I attained 6 figures 6 years ago, right? And I've been nowhere on an upward trend since then, right? So like there's no secret. I'm not any smarter than anybody who's watching this channel at all. Not even a little bit. So like but I still feel like Michael. So I'm a product owner / product manager. I run both roles. So that's actually what I do. So Michael, I work with the Scrum Master there's what I do is I sit on the line as well as I have visionary responsibilities as well as where I want to take the capabilities and the products that I'm developing. So Michael already knows the career field. So yeah, Michael, if you want to have me on to talk about product ownership, product management, by all means, let me know. I'll come through and show love. Sarah, exactly what little bro was doing. That's why I sent him these videos. I appreciate the love, Sarah. Oh, I am way back on conversations.
You way back. That's all.
I'm way back. I'm way back.
And we'll catch up with y'all because we've done this live stream for 2.5 hours. And I love y'all.
We should stop.
But it's time for us to go.
It's time to go. It's time to go. Sorry. Okay. So I done like 3 reactions to Coach Red Pill. I've done like 3. You should go back and take a look. But I'll definitely be doing more. We're about to end the live stream, guys. All right. Niyah's tired. Okay.
I'm tired. I'm not even tired, but I'm just like, we've been doing this for a little bit, so I'm like, I want to do something else.
Okay. We're gonna stop. No, because I appreciate the last 2.5 hours of your life.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
I hope your followers appreciate it.
I know that they do. You know what I'm saying? Get your PMP. You know, that's definitely a project management is definitely a career path that makes sense. Solo, I still see you. I still see you. Niyah is hella pretty, all homo, LOL. Listen, you getting love over here. I feel you. I make $20K a month, and all I do is build small websites that generate leads and send them to website companies. Hit me up. Yo, hit me up, bro. Yo, send me an email. Send me an email because I feel like if you have knowledge, but not the platform, let's get the knowledge out there. Just send me an email and let's connect. Okay, $200K a fucking month. Is that a typo? Is that a typo?
No, that's what it says.
I feel like, but I know motherfuckers that are doing that. You know what I'm saying? AMS is getting booty. He's stocked and loaded with baddies. Peep them, show the receipts vid he does. Niyah about to be a victim of the sleazeball game.
Never. Try again. Try again. I'm not the one.
How the fuck you just gonna stare at the camera like that? How the fuck you just gonna stare at the camera like that?
Because I let the motherfuckers know it's not a game.
Listen, Sam, yo, everybody, if you want to chat right now, you haven't liked the video, that you really don't fuck with me. Okay? Like the goddamn video, the live stream right now.
Now. Not now, but right now.
Like right now, but we signing off in like two minutes. Like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? When the live stream ends, she is, hey, sleazeballs unite. Toledo, Ohio, sleazeball gang. Hey, that's your hometown.
No. My hometown is Detroit. I don't know about these little niggas.
Nah, nigga, you from the Toledo.
Nah, I'm not.
You from the butt of Ohio.
Definitely not. Definitely not the butt. First of all, boy.
Yo, Daryl, I appreciate you, my G. I appreciate you. Sleazeball gang, yo, shout out to AMS. You know that, he produces content on a leadership level. Like I feel like if I had more time in the day, like if I didn't have a full-time job that I was dedicated and committed to, like I feel like I would love to do that type of content generation. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many hours in a day, and I want to be able to give you guys like enough in a given week. You know what I'm saying? I got like 10 videos in the hopper right now that are all edited. I'm just releasing them on a day-by-day iteration and frequency, right? You know what I mean? So, appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Are we signing off right now?
We are signing off.
It's been me talking for like the last hour.
I know.
So why don't you? Okay.
They was asking you questions.
Okay.
So I'll let you have your little shine. Appreciate it.
All right, we signing off?
Yes.
All right, guys. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. I appreciate the respect. Now, anything to say before we get out of here?
Thanks for listening. I appreciate y'all. The conversation was dope. This is my first live stream, and y'all made it a good time for sure, I'll be back. That's for sure. I'll be back.
You'll be fucking back. You're gonna be super back, and we're gonna do another video right now if you have time. Yeah, you don't got time?
Yeah, I got time. I got a little time. You know, a little time.
Oh, we got a little time. We're gonna get you a shot and a half. This is all we got through. All right, this bottle was new as hell. We got to handle the crown.
That's what y'all know. We wasn't going wild. For y'all thought we was drunk.
Listen, no, this is a good ass amount. That's a good ass amount right there. That's a respectable amount.
You know, I strive for respect.
Don't you hair flip on me. Don't you hair flip on me. Hold on. They right in their head now.
They fucking mad shit.
Set up.
You got some more money for Phineas. Phineas, what it do with the money?
Big bro. Big bro. Peace and prosperity, my G. Salute to you, man.
Wait. Let's talk about this real quick. Somebody asked about goddamn Michael Jackson.
Wait, hold up. Hold up.
Why are you all in my ear like that?
Phineas.
Back up.
Yo, but listen though, but you don't understand because you don't be fucking with my channel Phineas, like that.
Phineas is a supporter. I get it.
No, hold up.
Oh, okay.
Hold up.
Time out. Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Ooh, these nails is nice. Look at these nails. These are natural nails, by the way. You gotta give respect where respect is due. Phineas is a supporter.
Constantly, and this is the thing. I appreciate when I get checked. You know what I'm saying? Like where I'm saying something and then someone is like, and they give me an opposite opinion. That's what I mean by checked.
That's why I'm doing this with me, y'all. This is why he likes to do this.
I appreciate that. Yeah, because you give me an opposite perspective of shit. You know, some shit from like the woman's. Like if you don't got a Y chromosome, Niyah will give me her opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I give everybody my opinion, but I check frequently.
But Phineas, I appreciate the love and support, my brother. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody asked us about Michael Jackson. That's so super random.
What do you think about Michael Jackson? I think he's innocent. I think he's innocent too. I didn't see that last documentary because you guys know I don't watch TV and shit.
I don't know Michael Jackson. I don't know. I don't know. I think
he's innocent.
I think he did a lot of weird shit, but I don't know if he did anything that was like criminal. If that makes sense, you know? So because you could be weird and not criminal.
Yo, we're gonna be here for another 1 minute.
No, we're not. Goodbye, YouTube.
What is your advice for fixing a 450 credit score at 24 years old? Get rid of your fucking credit card. Why is your credit score 450 at 24? Get rid of it and pay it the fuck off. Cut it up right now. Cut it up now. Cut it off right now. And don't try to live up with the Joneses. Live meagerly and pay all of your debts off. That's my advice. Get rid of your credit card. Because that's what I'm assuming is what's 450. I didn't even know it went that low.
I don't know.
You can't get credit from nobody. No one will give you anything.
Because even
you can bet you. I didn't think you get a cell phone at 450.
Even when you don't have because I think the first time to getting a credit score is when you get a credit card. You have a credit score, but it's hard to track your credit when you don't have actual credit. When you don't have actual credit things like a credit card, which can build your credit.
Yeah.
And my credit score was my credit score. I'm good, and before I had a credit card, I was good. I was like, oh, this credit score is good. Don't go up from there.
How does your credit good without a credit card?
Because they give you a score. But I also, you
have to have credit to have a score.
But I pay my student loans. So your student loans and your rent, and your bills, all this fast.
Yeah, all of that. Yeah, your cell phone will give you.
Yeah.
What is your email? I just wrote it down in the chat. You better fuck these hoes to sleep. You already know, bro. You already know.
I just want to go on record saying that I'm not these hoes because I don't want to be involved.
But you already know I get it popping.
I don't know anything.
You know.
I don't know anything. I know nothing.
He talking like he's wrong. Is he talking about me? Yeah.
You only he.
All them cutie girls from Cincinnati. All right, I might need to go to Cincinnati. Oh. Heyo.
Bye. Good fucking day. Okay.
Dave Ramsey, my guy.
Dave Ramsey. I'm not with the shits.
Hey, I got scammed by these girls. Use my name for cell phone cameras.
Then somebody else said, scroll up real quick. I saw something else funny.
What's up?
Oh.
Put me on. Who that girl make? Oh, are you talking about Niyah? Who you talking about?
Listen, you talking about somebody else.
Who you talking about? I don't know who you talking about, Anthony.
He ain't talking about me. I know it.
I got scammed by these girls that use my name for cell phone companies that ran my bill up. Dog, why did you do that? Don't give them your don't give them your info, bro.
You gave him more than your name.
Dog, don't give them your info, bro. These chicks don't deserve it. I want to come to the Midwest and build with you and show you how to grow your passive income so you can hit the $1 million club faster. Some baddies would like to get to know. Grow your passive income greatly. I mean, I feel like I know all of the avenues of growing my passive income. Just send me an email, bro. The guy PD, get a secure credit card that only uses 10%. You want to pay off every month. Brilliant way to build your credit score. Yes. The other video, talk to me. What other video, bro? I don't know what you're talking about.
So I just want to go on record saying that he didn't have me on here for longer than 1 minute.
The golden cacao flavored skin tone. Hashtag simp thirsty. I don't know what girl y'all talking about. I'll be honest with you. I've had so many on the channel. How was the females in Long Island? So I left when I was 18. So my experience is really those that are around my block and then those that I went to school with. Women in the Northeast in general are a little bit more popping. They're a little bit more popping. They're a little bit more like dope. And maybe I'm saying that from a perspective of that I grew up there. Maybe I think that they were less dope if I didn't grow up there. But it's because that's my normal, like that's my baseline. My struggle with the Midwest is that I encounter a lot of women who bore me. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Anything coming up next? Listen, I'm gonna tell you what's coming up next, and then I'm gonna let you. You got shit to do.
Listen.
Dude, where you drink at? Oh, this the reason. This shit is empty. Hold up. The shit is empty. This shit is. Hold up.
I was like, this nigga got on here for the
Shit it.
Nigga.
You're a grown ass man. Relax.
I'm not a grown ass man.
Anyway,
I'm a grown ass woman. Whoa, man.
here's what I got coming up. Okay, my beef with Derek Jackson. I did that video already. She's a waffle colored snack, Tiffany. Oh, you want Tiffany to come back? Tiffany is in the hopper. She's coming back. Tiffany's a waffle colored snack. That's a light skin joke, and I don't appreciate light skin jokes. All right, no, I'm joking.
Cause you a goddamn waffle. Underdone waffle attack.
Tiffany's coming back. Tiffany and Tiffany's been an all-star on the channel. Like y'all love Tiffany. They love. Have you met Tiffany?
Mm-hmm.
You met her?
She's my soror.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Don't say what work we're in. But yeah, she's my soror.
You met her not too long ago, actually.
No, I met her
like 3 weeks ago.
Oh, no, a while ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, everyone on the channel, they love Tiffany. But I get it though. They also love Kelly. Did you meet Kelly?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you got to meet Kelly. They love Kelly. So I'm gonna have all of them back. So then what's next? So I'm thinking like this is my second camera right now. I'm thinking about how else that I can do a 2, if not a 3 camera setup to increase the amount of people in a discussion. A lot more editing because then I gotta I gotta figure out the audio and then the video of like getting multiple people involved in a conversation. But I feel like it'd be great for the culture. So that's like one of the next steps. I'm also been thinking about doing a Patreon as well. Because I've been thinking about how I can get highlights on the channel, right? Like, because you guys know I do at least 30-minute videos in length. How can I get highlights on the channel? 1 to 4 minutes of content and then upload it. Don't bring Zoe back. She means well, but she's I can't see what that is. Zoe, I just had her recently on the channel. MTR roster is all snacks. Listen, I don't be playing no fucking games out here. I don't be playing no games out here. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh, Zoe. So guys, listen. You got a comment down there. So guys, listen. When I bring people on the channel, I do it indiscriminate of how I feel like their knowledge of life is, and I do that on purpose. I purposely get folks on the channel that are at different stages of life, irrespective of them being married or not married or divorced or what have you. Like I get them where they're at, and I just ask them questions. And the conversation built off of that is the learning moments. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Chloe, although she represents
Chloe or Zoe?
Zoe.
Whoa.
Although Zoe, I feel like there's components of there that you guys don't like because she's the far extreme of emotion. We still have to highlight that. I think it's still important that we show that, because a lot of women think the way Zoe thinks. A lot do. So we have to talk about it. We have to. A lot do. And I feel like it definitely helps her to see how her ideas are interpreted and perceived. I think it's very, very beneficial. I feel like it's very beneficial, especially because she may not have people in her life that challenge the way that she thinks about things. Or a lot of my guests, they don't have people in their lives that challenge the way that they think about things. So, all right, you ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. Guys, we got to get out of here.
Y'all got literally almost 3 hours of us doing this.
Yeah. I appreciate you guys. Niyah, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
I appreciate you for coming through and showing your ideas for this amount of time. Okay?
For sure.
All right, we're going to make more
I'll do what I can for the culture, you know?
Until next time, YouTube.
You ready? You ready? We clapping together. I did 3 hours on this damn YouTube channel. I deserve a clap, goddamn it.
No. I want you to understand this is not your fight. Okay. I want you to relax.
He got it, y'all.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Peace. I don't know how to end it. Oh, maybe this.
End podcast.